the glorious fruit of the noble hen. Eggs! Eggs! E-double-G-S eggs! Oh, I frequently think every now and then of the glorious fruit of the noble hen. Eggs! Eggs! E-double-G-S eggs! My knowledge of eggs is tremendously wide. I've eaten them boiled, I've eaten them fried, poached and shirred and deviled and scrambled, omelets, schmommelets, coddled and frambled. I've eaten them beaten and swizzled and swazzled, frizzled, gedizzled, bamboozled and fuzzled. I know every way that an egg can be guzzled. And thinking of eggs reminds me of Sam, whose favorite dish is green eggs and ham. Oh, I frequently think every now and then of the glorious fruit of the noble hen. Eggs! Eggs! E-double-G-S eggs! My knowledge of eggs is tremendously wide. I've eaten them boiled, I've eaten them fried, poached and shirred and deviled and scrambled, omelets, schmommelets, coddled and frambled. I've eaten them beaten and swizzled and swazzled, frizzled, gedizzled, bamboozled and fuzzled. I know every way that an egg can be guzzled. And thinking of eggs reminds me of Sam.
Okay, I think that's good for now. Alright, Kuko,
No, fuck it, we do it live.
We're
doing it live.
We're doing it live. Fuck it. Oh, oh no, I ruined the joke. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Yeah. We're doing it live. Hey, Kuko, what are you up to? What are you up to, you crazy piece of shit?
Well, I heard I listened in on stream and I heard the X6 stage select music and I immediately just started having horrible PTSDs.
You ran over here to try and come out and see what would happen. Now let me listen back. I've got a very just makeshift setup right now. I'm gonna listen to the stream on my iPhone and see if I can hear you. So say a bunch of stupid shit that you say. All right, buddy?
Yeah, let me just describe to you my love-hate relationship with X6.
Oh, that's good.
To
that's
me,
some good
X6
stuff.
always felt more of a failed idea than X5. It's like X5, well, yes, was a very uneven game.
Yeah.
It was still ultimately a quality title. Like the level design was not fucked.
Yeah.
Like it was in X6. It's like X6 had some great levels. You had Blizzard Wolfings, you had Metal Shark Prayer, you had Yanmark's level, which was pretty nice. You know, these are very good levels. They're long, they're hard, they're involved.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it wanted to make itself the hardest Mega Man game, I think we needed more levels like that.
Yeah. A lot of I just said Easter. There's a lot of water enemies in those games. They've got a shark and a whale and a well, they don't have a whale in that game.
You want to know what his American name is called?
What?
Duff McWhalen.
Duff McWhalen.
In America.
Duff Gardens McWhalen. Well, that reminds me of the wonderful drink from The Simpsons.
Well, it's because X5 actually, in the localization of X5, the localizer's husband, her husband was a big fan of Guns N' Roses, so she literally named every single boss, renamed them after members of Guns N' Roses.
Oh, is one of them named Duff McWhalen, one of the Guns N' Roses people?
Grizzly Slash, Axel the Red.
Kuko, do you know anything about the thing on screen? Oh, well, you don't know that. You don't have the screen right now. But
No, I have the screen. I have the screen.
Okay, yeah. Do you know what's going on with the Sneed posting on the screen there? Is this your doing?
This wasn't me.
Did Venom put you up to this?
This wasn't me.
I think Venom put you up to this.
No.
This is disgusting.
No, I mean, you put it there. I mean, you're in charge of layout.
I will not play Meat and Fuck Kingdom. I will not. And
guys, we're gonna play it.
I want everything.
Post commentary. It'll be on my channel.
I want everything about Meat and Fuck Kingdom off of my channel now. Okay? Because YouTube's gonna be angry at me. They're gonna be blaming at me. They're gonna demonetize me. They're gonna accuse me of EPI. They're going to accuse me of all sorts of horrible things. So get all that stuff off of there. This is just a sick. We're getting this off the screen. We're getting this off the fucking screen immediately, and we're going to play something nice. We're going to play a game from my childhood called Egg Mania. Now, Kuko, I don't know if you know anything about this game. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I mean, I've only heard of Egg Mania like a few weeks ago. Yeah,
because I told you about it. I think it's an obscure title, but it's a fun game to play.
Oh, it's made by Pemco.
Yeah, it's a game where you're these eggs. You're an egg. Hold on, what are these controls here? No, I'm not doing over easy. I'm doing hard-boiled mode. It's a lot like there are all these characters. There's Hat Man. There's DJ Guy. There's Satan himself. There's Robot. There's cool Afro guy. There's this dude, and then there's some characters you can unlock later. There's a ghost. I'm gonna be the robot because I like the robot.
These characters remind me of like a bowling alley, like animations, like those old school bowling alley animations where you.
Yeah, some creepy shit happens. Like you get a 7-10 split.
Like the bowling ball pours out an AK and like gets into a drive-by shooting.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. I'm a little nervous. I don't know. I'm not pressing the right buttons. Here we go. I'm not gonna do hard mode, hard boiled. I'm gonna do hard medium right now, just to show you guys some of the mechanics in this wonderful game. Now I played this game.
Saying that Link is broken.
The link is... What link is broken?
I think Streamlabs?
Streamlabs. I have no idea how to fix that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be level with you. I have no idea how to fix that. Unless I post another link. But this is too much of a high stress environment. You see, I have to build this tower. Now, as you can see here, it's a game. It's a lot like Tetris, but instead of controlling the bricks, you're controlling this guy here. And instead
Better
of
than I thought.
yeah, instead of just making like stacks, you have to build a tower, and you have to get to the top of the tower before your opponent. But if you make any fucking mistakes, if you leave just like a single little spot that isn't connected, eventually the tower will fucking topple over. It won't topple over, but a good amount of it will be destroyed by the rising tide.
Oh, like
the ocean
Tower
levels,
Babel, basically.
yes. As you can see, the ocean levels, there's a little ocean below us, and the ocean is rising. And it's a crisis.
It's like an allegory, right? It's a tasteful allegory for global warming.
Yes, for global warming and also for the Tower of Babel. Because our technological exploits have created sins, and we're all paying for it. Right?
All paying for it.
This is horrible. This is... And then you see there's this spider, there's this big creepy spider. He's gonna take my parts. Because there's all these hazards in this game that will come up and destroy you. And I think later on, we might not see this for a while, but there are items you can pick up that will fall from the sky like bombs. Oh, here we go. Now this is nice. This is a nice time. Oh yeah. Venom is telling you to check DMs.
Yeah, we're troubleshooting the problem as we're going along.
Thank you, thank goodness, thank you so much. I knew I had you on for a reason. It wasn't just because you're my friend and I like you. It was to exploit your work.
Try and post the link in actual chat.
Yeah. Here's some weird science.
Maybe this, I posted something in chat.
Okay.
I like the backgrounds, I will say that though.
Yeah. They're very fun backgrounds, yeah.
Like, they're not...
I think,
what's up with the acid?
The acid...
And the vat?
The vat, well, it's a lab, so they're creating all sorts of Frankenstein creatures, and it's just an all-purpose industrial laboratory. Oh, and here we have an egg creature who's been captured. I think there's not much of a story in this game, but... I think there's this, like, samurai emperor-looking guy who's captured a bunch of eggs. And this robot, this is one of the... He made a bunch of robots that look like this guy to rule over him. It's very... It's both not there at all and also very convoluted. But I think that's the idea behind it.
Oh, so it's like Mega Man lore.
I guess so, yeah. But there's only, like, one... This game, there were a bunch of different versions of it, like ported to different consoles, but there were no sequels. And I'm pretty sure the Game Boy version, I think the PC, not the PC, the PS2 and Xbox versions, they have little cutscenes for all the characters, but this one doesn't. But it's still, you know,
I wonder if the PS2 cutscenes are like horrifying, like, you know, those bowling alley animations as well.
I think they honestly are.
The most like cursed animations.
Yeah, I think I saw a couple of them. They're on par with that. I think they make more sense than them, but they're sort of the same level of quality.
I wonder what that pink guy did in the bars right there. I wonder what he did. What's his story? Was he part of the resistance? Did he commit 15 war crimes in 10 different countries?
No, he's a political prisoner, and they're going to dunk him in that big green vat of acid.
They're gonna waterboard him.
Below. Yeah, they're gonna waterboard him. But it's kind of like they're gonna make it out to be like, oh, this is an experiment. This is for science. But it's actually just torture. You know, that happens in certain pages of the history books that I will not get into because this is a public stream. But I think you know what I'm talking about.
This is a public stream.
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm putting down. You know, you pick up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're shitting out.
Yeah. Anyway, look at how good I'm doing. Look at I don't know why a bumblebee is the hazard for this level.
It looks like a buzz bomber from like Sonic.
It
like
really
one of
does.
those fly robots.
It looks a
Or
bit
bee
like
robots,
that.
I guess would be the.
Yeah.
Looks fucking nasty.
Yeah.
I've always been both a big fan and also very disturbed at like the mixture of like 2D and 3D sprites.
Yeah. It does look uncanny, but it's kind of cool.
Because it's like
looking.
the bee is like this nasty 3D model, and it's like
Yeah.
here it's like it's both a. It reminds me of like those like old school like 90s internet like little characters that you would put on your desktop.
Yeah, yeah, like Bonzi
Kinda like
Buddy.
Flippy.
Like a Bonzi Buddy kind
Yeah,
of thing.
but like in a charming way. Like they have more effort put
Yeah.
into these sprites than those. But...
Yeah. It reminds me of that guy, like, you know that guy, I follow this guy on Twitter where he makes all these creepy GIFs. And he's got like five paragraphs explaining what they mean, and it's just a little monkey being like, no bullying in this area, and he's doing like 5 frames of animation. I don't know
so
what
like
he's...
Clinton reviews, just find something and nothing.
No, it's more just like
Which
an old...
honestly,
It's like an old...
honestly though, I kind of admire that. I like, being able to find something and nothing.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, that's just kind of like the universe. But I'm more saying he's more like an old grandpa who doesn't really, I think, know how the internet works. So he's got like a guy coming out of a toilet, and he's like, "This is not Skippity Toilet. I just want you guys to know that this person, you keep talking to me about the Skippity Toilet." Like, he has an entire... he's got like a cat coming out of a toilet gif, and he's like, this was far before you youngins were talking about a certain Skibbity character, which I don't even know who that is. Kind of like that. But he's having fun.
Yeah.
He's doing 3D modeling. I wish I knew his name.
Someone asked you, what's your opinion? Someone asked you, what's your opinion on FDR?
FDR,
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Franklin D. Roosevelt. Was he the one who, was he... No, I'm thinking of Teddy Roosevelt.
He's the guy that got more crippled as he went on.
Yeah, he was the old cripple who fought in World War II. I like him. I like him. I think he did some cool things. I don't know what that internment of the Japanese was all about.
He's like every president. He did some good stuff. He did some bad stuff.
But he also gets to be the president. Like, he's different though, because no matter what he did that was bad, he also gets to say, I got Hitler in the pants. I fucking killed Hitler. All those guys.
Yeah, that's like the free pass.
Yeah.
That's like the...
It's kind of shitty how that was so, things were so dire back then. He got to be... Like, because with American president...
3 times.
Yeah. He got an extra time, which... in any other instance, that would be cause for concern. That would be like, oh my god, is this going to be a Putin situation where he keeps just getting reelected?
But because it was, it was in such a weird state, because he was like, no, I don't want to. And also because he didn't want a 3rd or like a 4th term, because he was,
That's the cool thing about some U.S.
because he was
presidents.
dying slowly.
Yeah. Washington did that too, where like, and Washington...
Yeah, Washington, they were trying to get him to run like a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th.
Yeah.
No, we're not supposed to have that many terms. It's like 3 at most.
Yeah, he's like, you can't get me in here for too long. You need to have a new guy. Which, that's, Washington did a lot of...
Be the king.
Washington did a lot of bad shit, obviously. A lot of the founding fathers did. But that's something cool about George Washington, is that he was principled enough to be like, no, I'm not a tyrant. I served my terms. I'm going back to my let's call it a farm. Let's just call it a farm.
Yeah, we'll call it the child-friendly version.
Child-friendly farm.
That's the 4Kids dub of America.
With his help, with his helpers. No,
helpers that worked for free because they loved him so much.
Yeah. George, he owned slaves. George was, ladies and gentlemen, George Washington was a racist. Anyway. But,
he wasn't the best guy ever. Also, I like the castle aesthetic. I actually like it.
Yeah, it's a nice, fun, colorful game with a bunch of like kiddie levels. My favorite, there's like a haunted house level, and that's pretty fun. It's got a big pumpkin. Is anybody saying anything interesting in the chat? Will you take a look at the chat from me, Mr. Kuko Chad?
Star and Speculation said, "Hey, silly billies, hands you the demon cord."
Oh,
well,
no.
let's hope it's not open.
That sounds like Star. That sounds like
the
devious Star and Speculation.
just both of us looking at the demon core, just like looking down at it and like looking at each other. It's like when we just nod at each other. It's like, let's not open this.
Yeah, let's not do that. Well, no, but she already like.
Let's not literally open this can of worms.
No, but she already threw it onto the ground, so it's gonna explode anyway. So it's not even. We can't really do anything about it. No.
How would you react? Like, how would you physically react? Like, what would you say? Like, genuinely, if there was a demon core in front of you.
I don't think I would be able
to. Yet.
I probably wouldn't be able to process it. I wouldn't recognize it at first, and I'd be like, "Wait a minute, is that?" But it would be too late, because then it would go off and kill me. I wouldn't have time to react. I would just immediately. I'd like to hope that because I was so close to the blast radius, I wouldn't even feel anything.
Yeah, you would just immediately melt.
Hmm.
You'd just become a pile of flesh and organs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, Kuko, like Kuko said, the Streamlabs thing, which you don't need to do it, you don't need to donate at all. You don't need to donate through Streamlabs.
Yeah, you don't gotta.
But if you want to donate through Streamlabs, I think YouTube doesn't take a cut. There's a link in the description. It gives, I used to delete those. The last 2 streams, I was like, oh, I don't need that. But apparently that is for a reason. So that works.
Yeah, it's because they don't take a cut. I mean, I'm here just because I like doing it.
You're here because you like doing it. Yeah. For me, this is
funding goes to good.
Yeah.
Nothing to me.
I threatened to pay him. I offered to pay him, but he said no, and I feel kind of bad about that. You know,
because I'm a true blue communist, dude.
No, you're not a communist. You're a good guy. You're not a silly Billy.
I just love working for Goodly so much.
Yeah.
I don't want any payment.
He's my slave laborer. He's my my sweatshop worker. He works on the Goodly shirts, Goodly plushies, Goodly products.
Guys, please help me. He's gonna cut off my pinkies next time.
Oh yeah, you better. I'm putting up suicide nets in case you feel like doing anything frisky there.
Those are fucked up, by the way. Like that.
Yeah. That's very
that's a
fucked
special
up.
kind of depressing.
It's evil, yeah, and that's where we get all of our products. That's the reality of the world.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this is the haunted house level. By the way, this is like my favorite thing.
Yeah, I love the skull. I'm like, I wonder what that guy has fucked up teeth. That skull right there. Look
it does, yeah. And look, the blocks are like pumpkin themed, pumpkin shaped. I like it.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, yeah, that it's like jack-o'-lantern. Stuff like that. It's like you can put them together and make it look like one big jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, because in games like these, in these kiddie games, the haunted house level is kind of like, you know, it's not exactly the Halloween level, but it's pretty much the Halloween level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean. Oh, so I never asked this. Have you ever contemplated doing a Let's Play on your channel?
I think this is kind of the closest that I'm gonna get. I was more of like a nostalgia.
On live stream and like do like sessions.
Yeah, I'm more of like a nostalgia critic, kind of like review guy, or like a stream guy, like a kind of like a. I feel like my format is closer to Red Letter Media, where I have a bunch of people on and I show them shit and I have their reaction, and then like I edit it later. Maybe not.
Yeah, but I feel like the closest thing you'll ever get to traditional Let's Plays is like you being on, like that's the stuff.
I think people don't really make a lot of Let's Plays anymore. That's not really a popular thing. Everybody does like streams.
Yeah, but I do it because I like doing it.
No, and I respect that a lot. I do respect that. It looks like you have good content. I can't wait to. Eventually, I'm gonna be on your channel and do a little commentary, which that's gonna be fun. Half of Goodly's personality is Halloween, and the other half is cringy Nintendo nerd. Star, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
With the nerd emoji.
The nerd emoji, yeah. I mean, she's not... This is the thing about Star, is that Star is incredibly savage. But she's not wrong when she says what she says. So it's like, I would be more upset if that weren't so accurate. Yeah, it's like, hey, it's like I don't like Scott the Was, but I feel like it's like, hey y'all, Scott here. Oh, by the way, did you know about this wonderful movie called The Nightmare Before Christmas? I'm Scott the I'm like Scott the Goth.
Scott the Goth.
Yeah.
No, you're like the Nightmare Before Christmas of like the Scott the Lost type guys.
Yeah. Hey y'all, Jack here. I'm gonna be reviewing
Jack.
Christmas. It's not
That's
good
gonna be
'cause-
in the new reboot of Halloween. It's gonna one of those kids is gonna be Scott the Waz.
Oh no. It's like the fucking Matt Pat cameo, but it's just all every character is like a
Well,
streamer.
dude, in
or
the FNAF movie, you had to have Matt Pat. You had to have
did.
Matt Pat. There.
I'm kind of
Like
upset
it wouldn't have been right otherwise.
it wouldn't have been. I'm upset they didn't get Markiplier, but you know he had to film his other movie. That would have been so fucking funny.
That's so weird that they're making like mainstream movies now, and they just were like YouTubers. It's like it really does show that like the generation old passage is like happening like right in front of me.
Yeah, it's very funny how that happened. I mean, I think I saw somebody I follow on Twitter. Somebody I used to know in college. They said something because they I don't know if they're like a storyboarder or something, but they said we have now reached the point where our generation, like you know, millennials, gets to decide what weird, obscure references get put in children's cartoons. No, not yours, but you know what I mean. Like if I worked for
like your
children's
generation.
Yeah, if I worked for children's TV, I could put like, you know, as long as I didn't have the part with him, you know, jerking off a horse, I could put Freddy Got Fingered references and things. I could put like a guy like doing the sausage song. Because we grew up with shit like that. We grew up with like references to Leave It to Beaver and like the Flintstones, and it's like we didn't necessarily watch that shit. We didn't care, but somebody else did.
I mean, I watched the Flintstones in reruns.
Was it any good though?
Yeah, I liked Flintstones. I like Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Some Hanna-Barbera stuff is okay, I guess. I don't know. It's a little bit corny, but I guess it's a good kind of corny.
Yeah, it's like it's nostalgic corny to me. It's like I like the Jetsons, I like the Flintstones, I like these are my deepest darkest secrets here on stream is that I actually like Hanna-Barbera stuff.
I used to like we had a big VHS of the Scooby-Doo cartoons, like the first ones. You know?
Oh, like the 70s and like 60s stuff.
And there was the one with the pirate one. I liked that. I've got 8 Discord notifications. I wonder who's trying to contact me.
I'd probably recommend doing it after the round.
Yeah. Well, I've got my phone here so I can read the wonderful comments. Me Vervilles. I have to learn how to pronounce that person's name because she's a nice woman. I talk to her sometimes. Beaver Billis says Markiplier can't go anywhere near LA, which I agree. That'll corrupt the shit.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't.
You spend a few days in LA, you immediately become somebody you're not.
You become a tar. You become a tar monster.
Yeah, you become a jackass.
Like a horse.
Yeah. You become like a jackass isn't a horse, it's a donkey. It's an ass.
I just realized why BoJack Horseman is a horse. It's because he's a jackass.
No, but a jackass is a donkey.
I just realized that.
A jackass is a donkey, right?
Yeah, but it can also be a horse.
Oh. I didn't know that. That's funny.
Is that the clapper from like Donkey Kong?
I think it's just a generic crocodile.
That guy?
Yeah, it's a generic alligator crocodile, but it
no, I know, but it looked like him.
Yeah. Very good, astute observation. Yeah, things will come out, like, there's 3 different types of hazards. I think there's one that'll come out of the ground, one that'll come out of the water and try and drag you down in it. And then there's...
Yeah, see, look, he's got, like, the... Yeah, it's Claptrap, that's his name, Claptrap.
Yeah. Then there's the bird that will come in and take... There's the thing that flies over you and takes the thing that you're carrying. And then there's, like... Sometimes shit'll come out from the side and just knock you over. Like, whether it's, like, a tentacle...
Also, High Velociraptor.
Oh, Velociraptor. Hello. Very good.
Also, Star is apparently from LA, and that makes total sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Star knows where it's at. Star is a wise person. There we go.
That's tragic. I'm so sorry, Star, that you're from LA. It's like being from Ohio. It's unfortunate.
Star is a crazy cat. You know? I like Star. I love talking to Star. She's fun. I used to think that I was like, Star is so nice. Star is the nicest person out of this community. And now I still think she's nice, but I also think it's like, oh yeah, she can fucking say some shit. But in a nice way, but in like
I mean,
a funny way.
Yeah, but well, yeah, like a jab.
Yeah.
You know, like the good parts of around here.
Star's a good friend, I would consider.
I mean, she seems nice
Yeah.
from the little I've seen of her in like chats and stuff.
Yeah. Star, get on your. I'm making a public call out on my my YouTube.com. Get on that YouTube shit. I want to see your crack theory video essay on why Shark Tale is a series that was made for New York black people that were also scuba divers and marine biologists. I want to see that. I want to see that.
I remember that too, Star. Don't worry.
Yeah. Get some YouTube. You'd be a fun personality. And I could come in and I could be like the straw man who comes in and says dumb shit. And you're like, no, Goodly, that's not how that works. Because I feel like I could be
Dude, there's
that.
just a samurai egg.
Yeah, no, this is the main guy. This is the boss. And if you play super hard mode and you beat that, then you get to play as the boss.
This is a beautiful background.
It is. It's a wonderful. Is this Japanese, or is it some other? I assume it's Japanese, right?
Yeah, that's kanji right there.
Okay, yeah.
That is
Good.
Japanese.
You don't want to be
A little
wrong.
bit of Chinese, but it's mostly Japanese.
Yeah. Eastern aesthetics.
It's Eastern in general. I mean, it's out of like Korea. It's kind of like Japan and China have very similar aesthetic.
Because this is the final level, you get like different hazards from all the other stages. As you can see, there was just a ghost that took away my piece. That was from the haunted house level. I like explaining, and that was, I think that's we didn't see the carnival level. Oh no, I think I'm gonna die because as you can
you're
see,
stuck. Yep.
I'm the sea level is rising.
Oh no,
No, I lost.
Yeah, the global warming. Oh wait, there's a rubber ducky.
There's a little rubber ducky that was also from the carnival level. But it's okay because I've beaten so many people that I'm going to...
Oh, what game is this? This is Egg Mania for the Game Boy Advance.
The Game Boy Advance. I remember buying this at the GameStop, and oh boy, was I so happy. I think that was the thing. You know what's funny is there used to be this shop by the GameStop called Plaster Fun Time. And what Plaster Fun Time was you go in there and there's all these plaster figurines. And you can pick out 6 different little cups of paint. And sometimes they had the shiny, glittery paint that made things look gold and silver. And you could get there and you would sit and you would paint the figurine. And nothing was better than when you got to go to Plaster Fun Time and then your parents would take you to the GameStop and pick out a game. That was a good day. That was a good fucking day.
Oh, yes, they would.
Yeah. And then
My
maybe
case
you go
would
to
be a flea market, but
yeah, maybe you go to the Burger King, you get a burger, you get one of those nuggets. Burger King used to have really good kids meal
King
nuggets.
Still has some baller nuggets.
They do, but they're like they taste like they've been microwaved.
It's different, but it's still as good. It's different, but it's still as good to me.
I
mean,
haven't.
It's not Wendy's quality,
Yeah.
but it's really good.
Well, I haven't had them in a while. Is the thing. Like I remember the first time, like they made the switch, because they made a big deal out of it. I don't know if you remember this. They had this thing where they were like, it's 50 cents a nugget, so you could potentially get like 100 nuggets for very cheap.
Yeah, you can get a lot of them.
But
yeah,
I
for
went,
like less than $20.
But I went there and I had one nugget and I was like, these would taste, but like these are so shit that I could get better shit if I went to the supermarket and like got
the frozen.
Yeah, if I got the frozen, like they don't taste like they were deep fried. They taste like they were slapped into a microwave, you know, and they probably were. But that didn't used to be the case. They used to have these little chicken nuggets. Their nuggets
yeah, they were like in the shape of crowns.
Some of them were in the shape. I think when they weren't in a special shape, they were just shaped like those spoons you eat ice cream. You know the Tootsie, the little sundaes that you peel open, and they have that little. It looks like a tongue depressor almost. They were shaped like that.
Kinda, maybe. I mean, that may have been a little bit before my time.
Maybe it
I mean,
was.
I was
yeah.
probably really young when those were around.
Yeah, I hate that I talk to people that are younger than me that are.
Like what year was that? What year was the last time you saw one of those?
Probably like maybe 2000 fucking. I don't even know. 2007, maybe.
Okay, then I was around for that. I just
2006.
probably wasn't.
Well, it was
like,
in the kids'
there
meals.
for that.
Yeah, look at this. Well done. How do you like your eggs, Kuko? Because I like my eggs well done. Goodly, I would never degrade
I
you
actually have
so
a very
badly
certain
to
way
make
to-
you into a review tuber strawman rival. No.
God damn.
No, Star, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about, like, you, because you're going to want to talk about, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to call it, like, social justice, but you're going to want to talk about, like, some identity politics. And then it would be funny if I come in as the big neckbeard and I'm like, no, you can't, shut up, or something. Like, I come in and I, like, take over and I say the opposite of the right thing and you have to be like, no, Goodly, that's wrong. I feel like that would be funny. But I don't know. Maybe that's not at all. Oh, see, I unlocked the character. I unlocked the spook character.
Oh.
Let's try for her.
Oh yeah, but how do I like my?
How do you like your eggs?
I like my eggs a very certain way. I like them scrambled.
Yeah.
But I always put a little bit coffee creamer in there, like, and cook them slowly to get them like really nice and fluffy.
Yeah.
Add a little bit of garlic powder. Add a little bit of salt in there.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. The best eggs you will ever have. Who knows? If I ever meet you one, cook them.
Yeah. I'd like to meet a wonderful Kuko Chad. I've had, I like omelets. I like scrambled eggs, but I like omelets. I used to be really picky about eggs. At one point, I didn't even like eggs. There's still ways I haven't eaten eggs yet. But I like a nice omelet with some cheese and some ham and some spinach. As you can see, I've made my tower a little too big. And it's disintegrating. Oh, and look, it's disintegrating even further. This is not baby mode anymore, baby. This is serious business.
You're on extreme. They're
Egg
fucking
extreme.
around no more.
The PlayStation 2 version of this game and the Xbox version is called Egg Mania Egg Stream Madness. This is the Gameboy.
I like your choice of game is excellent.
Yeah, thank you. As Wario from the hit GameCube game Wario World would say, egg salad. Except he wouldn't say. He
I
actually.
still love one of my favorite shit posts is like that. Like
Oh, the Wario screaming, yeah. What was that? Metal King Boo, the Great Metal King Boo. He had a bunch of those.
The Great Metal will be out when it's out.
That was the thing, is that his entire channel was just like Nintendo characters screaming in that sort of fashion. I know Vine Sauce talked about it.
Velociraptor Axe. How do you win this game? You don't. You just
don't.
keep playing.
You just get a little better at stuff.
I mean, there's a credit sequence, but it's like it's
it's
like real life.
If you play the story mode or the arcade mode or whatever, there's a big tower of people, right? There's a big tower of rivals, and you go further and further
Tetris
up the tower.
Attack.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I unlocked this character. Is I won hard medium mode. You can pick from two
play
modes.
Tetris Attack on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah. There is a way to beat it, but it's not necessarily.
It's basically this, but it's a full story mode about it.
It's like I don't even call it a story mode because there's not much story, but it's like it's like a campaign mode in a fighting game.
Yeah, it's kind of like you play the game with like some story. It's like Bomberman story.
Yeah. Remember in Melee where they had adventure mode and there wasn't exactly a story, but there was a bunch of wonderful things you could do. You could run around
a lot of
Mario.
like you could do the escape sequence and like Metroid, or you can like do like fight people like while dog fighting like Star Fox is happening.
Yeah, exactly. They'll never make a game like Melee again. They'll never make a game like Brawl. But I wish they made it.
Yeah, they'll never.
Yeah. Because I would play all of it. I would play it all. No, I ruined the run.
Yeah, there will never ever be another game like Melee. Like you can try and like I think like a Nickelodeon game like basically is trying to be Melee. It's like
All-Star Brawl.
Because it's like Melee is like it's like the greatest accident.
Yeah. Oh no!
It's like how did this happen?
As you can see, chat, I've lost the first round, and therefore I've drowned to death. And you can kind of see this setup is sort of similar to the setup in that one level where the guy was in the cage and there was the big acid pot. Kuko Chad, he's working on something. He's working on something right now, but he'll be back.
No, I'm not working on something.
Oh, you're not? Well, get in there and do it. Get in there and do it.
I'm working on recording Sonic Advanced in my free time,
okay.
but
Oh, good.
I'm not just gonna drop out a stream and just...
Yeah, you're not gonna just shit out a stream like I do.
No, I'm just not gonna leave stream to go record a Let's Play.
I think because you said hang on or something, and I was like, well, Kuko's working on something.
No, I mean hang on because I guess the stream's slightly delayed.
Oh,
like
it's a little bit...
The gameplay I see is like slightly delayed.
Yeah, it's very delayed. The first...
So I was like, hold on, I'll see you fuck up.
At least this isn't as bad as the first stream where I didn't know I could look at my phone. I literally looked at the YouTube video to see the chat, and every time I did, my screen was doubled. Like you could the projector was showing like another me, and then it became like a hall of mirrors because the longer I stayed on it, like the me's multiplied.
It's like hello, hello,
yeah, hello.
hello.
What is this? What is this? What is this? A stream? A stream? A stream?
Oh, I just looked at my channel. I've broken past 20 subscribers during this stream.
Epic.
I gotta do a subscriber special.
The fact that I partnered you, the fact that I put your channel onto mine, I'm taking full credit.
Credit for that?
I'm taking credit for that. Got him. Got him.
21.
So it's 9 plus 10.
9 plus 10, that's 19.
Oh. I thought you were going to do that. Thing, okay.
Oh, 21?
Yeah, exactly. You stupid.
I don't know, 21? I thought you were just asking me an actual math question.
No, why would I be doing that? Oh yeah, pop quiz, Kuko. 18 plus 9. I couldn't even do it
27.
this fast. That's probably true. I'm not going to check the math on that.
I was never a mathematician.
What's the square root of a plex number?
Fuck if I'd never even heard of Plexnard.
That's because I made it up. I just remember there was a Jimmy Neutron episode.
But you could have fooled me.
There was an episode of Jimmy Neutron where, I think Jimmy went into Carl's dream, and Carl was a genius, but nothing made sense in the world because it was a dream. So one of the characters if you're so smart, what's the square root of a plexnar? And he was like, that's not even a thing. And Carl was like, the square root of a plexnar is a cup full of boogers. And they were all like, wow, he knows what it is.
I was expecting Carl's dream to be more like fucked.
Well, yeah, well, it would be Judy's mom. It would just be an entire race of Judy's mom, of Jimmy's mom.
I recently rewatched the special, the Timmy and Jimmy Power Hour. Now that's a sick stream.
That's a really
that's
cool.
A sick,
yeah, that's a sick series.
Special. And it literally ends with the mom being shrunken down.
I remember that. I know.
Carl was holding it.
Yeah. I love the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. That was really fun. That was a fun crossover. I love it, and it was a crossover you couldn't exactly blend the two styles together, so they had to be it was a different dimension. I love the jokes they made with that too.
It was cool to see Jimmy in 2D, and it was cool to see Timmy in 3D.
I don't think the Fairly Odd Parents character is necessarily translated over that well. But the Jimmy Neutron
Timmy looks alright, but Cosmo and Wanda look like fucking cursed in 3D.
Yeah.
It's God was not ready for that.
No. God was
didn't
look.
intend them to be three-dimensional.
No. And then I think the specials got kind of stupider as they went on. The second one was really good, but the third one, it didn't even take place in the Jimmy universe all that much. There was one scene, and then the whole
but the
rest
sequels,
of it,
kind of more evenly spread it out.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the thing is the second sequel. No, the first sequel was good, and it had Professor Calamitous. But then the third sequel, they create a new villain because they just ran it. The two of them together are such a powerhouse. They had to create.
They're such a powerhouse.
The new villain in the lab, and then the new villain, destroys everything or something. Like, he goes to Retroville and everyone's rude in Retroville, and then he just brings everybody to this, like, void universe. But it's the void...
Yeah, and it was weird, and they played with the 2D animation a lot. That was a cool part, though. That was an awesome part.
Yeah, where there's the part where he's, like, playing with the cast, like, their cards. Like, okay, crazy teacher with the crazy teacher, bully with the bully. Like, that was fun. Like, he's playing Uno.
Yeah, but the second one, though, that kicked ass. That was, like, Crocker and
second one was
Calamitous.
great. They gave fucking Sheen godparent powers just so that they could, like... Because, like, I think, what was it? Calamitous fused with Jorgen von Strangle. So the way they defeated him was they had to, like, override... They had to, like, short-circuit Jorgen, and they were like, give Sheen fairy powers and just have him break every single rule.
We saw Sheen in all of his, majesty and 2D.
Yeah.
In the second one.
It was really good when Sheen did that. I'm a fan of Sheen. I'm not a fan of Planet Sheen, though. Didn't like that series.
I've never even seen it.
No. You were doing more important things with your life than watching children's cartoons that you didn't even... It's funny, like, I will sit down and watch something, I'll be like, this is so dumb. This is so dumb, but I'll just watch it anyway.
I was watching foreign kids' cartoons, that's what I was doing.
Well, yeah, you're more cultured. Alright, I won by the skin of my teeth. This is an intense game. A really intense game.
Yeah, it's oddly very relaxing to like watch it and talk at the same time.
It's, yeah. Well, this is the... I think a lot of the stuff I make, whether I realize it or not, is comfy. I remember I made that... I don't know if you saw this, but I made that, like, Christmas video where it was just a compilation of a bunch of, like, Christmas specials, like, lumped together. And I wanted it to make... I wanted it to be, like, really emotional, because there was the Bill Murray speech about, like, what Christmas means. And I was like, this is going to make somebody cry. But then most people were like, yeah, this is really comfy. This makes me feel really cozy.
Yeah, it's just nice.
Yeah. And I'm like, I wanted you fuckers to cry. I wanted you to be in tears. To me, it's like death of the author
sort of deal. It's like sometimes what was unintended to be made is actually, like, better than what the original vision was.
I guess, yeah.
To me, it's like as long as somebody it's like Melee, right?
Yeah.
Like, author's intent means diddly dick to Melee.
Well, sometimes author's I mean, I guess it depends. Yeah.
You know, it's like The Room was meant to be taken, for the most part, serious.
Yeah.
But, you know, it became a great comedy movie.
I guess so, yeah. It does suck, though, sometimes to have your thing completely misconstrued. But, yeah. Nobody wants to be Tommy Wiseau.
Hey, man, it gets... Nobody wants to be Tommy Wiseau. That's gonna be his new movie. Nobody wants to be me, the movie.
Instead of like everybody hates Chris or everybody loves Ramus, nobody wants to be Tommy Wiseau.
Nobody wants to be Goodly Draws.
Oh no, not even me. I'd rather be somebody else.
I'd rather be Sheen from Jimmy Neutron.
Every time I look at my life, I zoom out of my life. I'm like, you know, if I was somebody else, this would be really funny. But I'm me, so it's not. It's just very depressing. Oh no, as you can see,
broke 1,000 subscribers a long time ago, Star.
Yeah, I did. I got a bunch of, I got an influx of them now thanks to that wonderful Mickey Mouse video. The Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, he started pushing ahead.
Yeah, I love reading the... I feel shitty because I never want to do, I'm not going to be a lolcow channel. I'm going to make jokes that reference...
Well, making jokes about Chris is, like, pretty... Yeah. It's, like, pretty safe. It's not like making a joke about, like, Cyrax or whatever. You know, it's...
Yeah.
It's like everybody knows who... It's like Chris is basically an internet icon.
Yeah.
Like, he's not... Like, don't even compare, like, Chris to, like, Cyrax or Cobra or whatever. To me, it's like I consider Chris in his own thing.
Yeah. But the thing is, I'm already thinking of, like, more things I could do. Like, I want to go even... I want to parody... Because everybody's doing the Chris Bob confrontation. But there's that, like, first video he did where he's standing outside his house and he's like, ladies and gentlemen and dudes of all teenagers, I'm here and y'all are there.
And y'all are there.
Don't smoke and be straight. But I was thinking, I do that and it's gonna be harder to do that because that video is 9 minutes. But I'm just imagining people, like, making that into different things. Like instead of it being Chris Chan, I just like Photoshop like a stovepipe hat, and I say I name the video like Chris Chan's announcement, but it's the Gettysburg Address, and I change everything.
Four score and 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Y'all are there.
Y'all are there, and I'm here. No, but it's everything is turned into, instead of him being like stay straight, it turns into like not seceding from the Union.
No slavery.
Yeah. You know, slavery. Freedom will get you.
Like for all y'all slave owners out there, you should have a My Little Pony.
Yeah.
Figure in your thing to know how black.
Don't own slaves. Own a My Little Pony and brush its hair. That way you can pretend it's your special girl. And
it's like your daughter or whatever.
Yeah. Whatever he said. Whatever.
Like what would your children think? What would your children think if they found out that?
Somebody's gonna misconstrue that though.
17 years.
Somebody's gonna.
To become a boyfriend.
Somebody is gonna misconstrue that into like, because it's Lincoln and I'm making him sound kind of dumb. They're gonna be like, "What is this, like a pro-slavery video?" And I'm like, "No." I'm always afraid of that.
It's a joke.
It's a joke,
dude. Like people have made fun of George Washington before. It doesn't mean they're anti-American.
They had an episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends where there was like an evil Lincoln and he was a pen. You ever see Foster's Home?
Well, to be fair though, it's not as absurd as the time in like Adolf Winkler.
Oh
Going
yeah,
to
yeah.
Emancipation Proclamation you from your inferior.
Yeah, I'm gonna emancipate you from your.
I've seen that.
That was good. Yeah. The fucking part where he says
pretty funny. It's like.
Yeah, he says the fucked up thing to the black person. He's like, "But we cool." No, they weren't cool. Anyway, I don't know if I want to get into these. I don't want to get into these topics. But yeah. But it would be funny, like remixing different. Oh, what? Sorry.
Dude, I know there's a shitpost that I would want to do with the Chris and Bob argument.
Oh, what would you want to do?
Mega Man is Chris and Dr. Light's Bob.
Yeah, we talked about this in VC. Yeah, and the voice actors are gonna do like. It's not
like
just
Mega Man. It's like the Mega Man 8 voices.
Yeah, Mega Man, you gotta get all that stuff. Doctor, if you see if they see those blueprints, Dr. Wawi could malfunction our robot masters, and we would have to move out of it
and destroy it.
You
just shot a Mega Buster in my back, Mega Man. I'm working on it, Dr. White.
Go
wake up Proto Man.
Go wake up Proto Man. You do it. I don't wanna. 17 years ago, I decided to become the. Oh, you already read that.
No, I thought that I was reading that.
That was pretty good.
I know you have intention of streaming a Mega Man game.
Yeah, I think
like a blind one.
You had a good idea that like you come on again, and then I stream a game. And
I mean, not right after this stream, like not like the next subsequent
Yeah.
stream, but I mean like the next time I show up on stream.
Sure.
Because I would assume that you would want to do something else after that, and like have a different co-host the next stream. And...
I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next stream. Eventually, I want to have Dan on, but the thing is, Dan, it might be harder to get him on, and he might not want to like.
Well, you gotta schedule with him.
Yeah. And I don't know how he feels. Like he's definitely down to do stuff on the channel, but I don't want and I know he wouldn't want like every interaction I have with him to be like a fucking like turned into content. Yeah. But I do want to have him on like at one point.
You know, it's not like me who's used to being on stream.
Yeah.
And is like a bit more comfortable with the idea and can deal with it better.
Hey Dan, let me introduce you to all the Discord degenerates I hang out with. I don't know if
I mean,
I really did just
Hellman like the zoo.
Yeah, I really did just kind of thrust that upon him. But it did, relatively it worked out well for the time being anyway.
Yeah, I think it's like you gotta give it to him in like a controlled context.
Yeah.
As in kind of be like, hey, here's like the guys that I know will be a bit more welcoming of like an IRL sort of deal.
I can't wait until
it's kind of like with you and like my IRL friends.
Yeah.
People that I know in real life. life. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of like, I typically want to keep those two things separate, usually.
Yeah. I guess so. I guess I'm too obsessed with, like, crossing the beams and being like, what if these two worlds met?
Now, a lot of times it'll be fine, but sometimes I'm like, well, this person and this person definitely wouldn't get along.
Oh, yeah. Because you get a lot of, like, weird people. And that's the thing is, like, I definitely sell people short. I feel like when I talk about people, I'm being a bit derogatory. Like, oh, these degenerates. But there's a lot of cool people, you know, that I met through Discord.
Yeah, there's nice
a lot
people.
Of, yeah.
Decent people.
Fucking, like, a Canadian rap producer, shit like that. A lot of fun, and you know, and there's people from all over the fucking world. So there's a guy from Ireland, there's a guy from Scotland. I know, very different. Well, crazy, but, you know, a guy from,
There's more diverse people in this in these servers, I swear, guys.
Yeah. A guy from California? You know, I don't want to go there.
Guy from... I wouldn't mean either. California doesn't want to go to California.
A Mexico man from Mexico who hates Mexico? That's like a bird.
Hates Mexico?
Yeah, that's like a fish that flies. Or a bird that can't swim and he goes underwater. It's like the Island of Misfit Toys.
It's like the Rudolph. Yeah, it's from Rudolph. It's
I like to think of...
I have a train with square wheels.
Yeah, I like to think of the Onion Punch community specifically as like the Island of Misfit Toys, but we all... Like, we're all weird, but we all get each other. But then some people will be like, that's even that is kind of a false thing, because there's a lot of people that are like, well, actually, I'm a well-adjusted adult. I just come here for fun. I'm like, no, you're ruining the fantasy. That we're all broken and together we fix each other.
We all need help.
We all need each other.
We're all broken.
Yeah. But that's not true. That's a healer fantasy that I have that's probably not healthy.
There's no such thing as a world where robots and humans can live together.
No, there isn't. Haven't you seen the movie I, Robot? That's what that was about, right? Fuck all the robots, kill them all.
I know. I all I remember is Will Smith slapping them. That's all I remember.
Yeah. The robot
was Will
got
Smith
mad.
in that one? I think he was.
I think he better be. You don't want to be wrong about that, and it's somebody else.
No, it was Will Smith.
No, it wasn't Will Smith. It was Chris Rock. No, it wasn't Chris Rock. It was Will Smith.
No, Chris Rock was Shrek.
Oh yeah, he was.
Shrek from the guy from the people that saw Shrek.
No, that was Eddie Murphy. That was Eddie Murphy. And in
Was
the
that
morning, yeah.
No, Chris Rock was the zebra from Madagascar.
Yeah. How can you mix that up? How can you get that wrong?
Dude, I get a lot of shit.
You're in the morning. I'm not gonna make you any waffles. That wasn't me being random. That was a line from the movie.
Yeah, that's
in the
all
morning.
I
I'm making waffles. He
That was
literally
actually a genuinely very good movie. Like, all shit posted aside, like, Shrek 1 was, like, genuinely very good. Like,
it's a very
genuinely,
good...
like, a decent...
Yeah, it's a very important message, and the character... Like, the character of Shrek is weirdly layered, you know? Because he internalizes, you know, what society expects of him, and he's like, you know what? Yeah, I am a monster, and I'm okay with that. I enjoy nobody liking me, and then... he meets people who actually see him for him, and then he realizes, you know what, I deserve happiness, I deserve friends, and I can't imagine a life without them.
Yeah, it's very, you know, I'm kind of glad that they didn't go with the book.
Yeah. What was the book in it? The book was, like, weird, right? The book was different?
Well, the book was like that. It was like Fiona was like this, like this actual, like, horrible person. Shrek was like this actually pretty nice dude.
Yeah. They didn't have to go with that mentality, like, because that's sort of a, you know, it's tempting to do that. Oh, we're turning it on our head. The princess is actually the asshole. The ogre is good, but you know, you don't need to do that.
It's like, no, I'm kind of glad that, you know, kind of author's intent. We're kind of going back to that. You know, it's like,
so. Yeah.
It's like DreamWorks' version. I think is honestly the better version, and I'm glad that's kind of the version that everybody really knows.
Because I think the villain, like, Farquaad as a villain is very interesting, because he sort of suffers from the same thing Shrek does. Like, he's insecure about how he's short.
Tiny Peen syndrome.
Yeah, but instead of, like, what Shrek does is he embraces it. What Farquaad does is he goes out of his way to, like, be like, no, I'm not short. I'm a big man. You have to be intimidated by me. You know, Shrek. But then
it's like Shrek, and it's
Yeah.
like they're kind of similar, but Shrek, how he ultimately
yeah,
goes about it is much better. Is that he was like, well, maybe I think change is okay.
yeah. Shrek
I
learns
don't
to
want to
accept
be,
himself.
seen as this monster anymore.
Yeah, Shrek learns that he's a good guy and has to accept himself. Whereas, like, Lord Farquaad needs to subjugate people and put the... You know what it is in a weird
To
way,
keep an image of himself.
Shrek lifts people up without even trying, and Farquaad puts people down. He could have been a good...
and he's trying to do it.
Yeah, he could have shown people that he was a good king and a good leader. But he didn't. He just said, no, I'm gonna like, be a weird racist. Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of all the freaks. For some reason.
Look like Markiplier.
Yeah. I'm not an incel. My internet friends call me king, see? That was a good meme.
See, look at my crown. It means that I'm important.
Yeah. That's me in the Discord. That's me like, look, I'm important. See, I'm a fucking Discord. Server owner.
It's like, we said that 10,000 episodes ago. It's like, and then you like take off your like, and you show like a tattoo of like a spider on your back, and it's like, look at me, it means that I'm important, look at this tattoo.
Yeah. I don't know if that's quite how that works. Those fuckers better not still be in VC. It's a deep cut
reference, nobody would get that.
Yeah. Man, I said I was gonna stream and they're still streaming. They're still in the big VC. That's okay. Actually,
I think
no,
a lot of
that's
them
bad
are probably
form.
having like multiple tabs open.
That's bad form that I said. That's not very nice. I think that's unprofessional.
No, they're probably a lot of them have like the stream on in the background.
I've definitely done that shit to Brains before, where he'll be in the VC and then he'll leave a bit. Oh, I gotta go stream. You'll see, and I'll be like, okay, goodbye, and then I don't watch. Sometimes I watch the stream, but then sometimes I don't. Dink, 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 do, 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 do.
No, it happens sometimes.
I hate myself because I'll catch myself singing along to the music sometimes in these streams, and I know, because I watched Retsupre, that's a cardinal sin of doing one of these videos, that you sing along to the music. Nobody wants to see that.
If you like the music, you mute the commentary for a little bit, and it's like, oh hey, here's some of the music. I'll play that for like a few seconds.
Go watch the OST, you filthy animal. Go listen to the OST.
Go watch. Like, I love Retsupre, but it's like I don't necessarily agree with like how those guys like see Let's Plays. Even though one of them did invent like the video Let's Play, but
they're very elitist, is the thing. I feel like I was never on Something Awful, but I feel like I watched one. Like, I used to listen to this podcast about lolcows. It was like, it came from the internet. I think that got taken off. I think. Do you remember that?
It came from the internet? Oh yeah, the one with the... No, they still... Yeah, it's still around.
Okay, yeah. Because like, I
remember... Or at least the videos still exist.
Because they said something about Something Awful, and I think the way they describe Something Awful really does kind of... Like, it describes the Retsupre people perfectly, in that they are like... They're somehow more... Well, first of all, you have to pay to get on the forum. You have to pay to use it like it's a service. They're... The way I would describe Something Awful
hold on
is like...
real quick. Do you mind if you hold that thought real quick? Do you mind if I take a phone call real quick?
That's okay, yeah. So anyway, chat, as I was saying, foreskin or something. Yeah. I feel like I can hear myself double. Oh no. Ah well. This is some crazy stuff, huh? Chat. I don't know if I'm gonna win this one. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this one. Who's scarier, Smoky Prog or Water Wraith? I don't know. I think Water Wraith is definitely more frustrating. It's more like panic-inducing. But Smoky Prog, I think, just looks scarier. Especially considering, like, with Water Wraith, it's very mysterious. But, like, there's... You kind of get a lot of lore with it. With Smoky Prog, you don't really get any lore. It's just this big fucking pollution monster that comes out of an egg and it goes right for your fucking base. I would say, you know what, Smoky Prog, I think. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Evo, in normal stream. Oh, okay, good. So I'm not echoing.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry about that.
What I was saying about Something Awful is, like, I feel like it's a very elitist site. The way it was described to me is...
they know that they're old school internet, and they're like, they want you to know.
I think
they have no intention of...
Yeah, but I'm talking about even, like, during old school internet. Like, they have this mentality where it's like, they are all... You are the clown. Every other site is the clown, and they are the comedians. They are the only people that are self-aware and able to make jokes.
That are allowed to be funny.
When, in reality, a lot of them are just like, okay, maybe you're not as degenerate.
I'm like, dude, your site's founder is like an actual fucking degenerate.
Yeah. It's like they're just...
He's a degenerate.
They're a bunch of, like, nerds, but because they're kind of moderate, they're up their own asses about, like, well, I have a job in a social life. It's like, okay, but that's not something to brag about. That's just being a normal person. And having balance.
And I mean, I still have some love. And I mean, I still have a lot of love for Red Super.
Yeah,
and
I
also
do.
because my cousin may or may not have, like, been on a stream with them.
Yeah, well, I like Red Super. I also like I like the gaming garbage with Low Tax and Schmorky. I liked a lot of Schmorky's shit. It's too bad he turned out the way he did.
to be a bit of a pest.
That's the thing is like a lot of the stuff that came out of Something Awful was really good, but I feel like there was a smugness that was undeserved, you know.
Yeah, it was very much. It's like
there was an elitism. Oh, sorry.
Like, you're not as hot shit as you think you are.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah.
With Something Awful.
It was
like,
just an entire.
For Something Awful.
Yeah. Sorry.
But it's like it's like, no, you're not hot shit.
Yeah. Like, other people could be self-aware too. It's not just you guys. It almost feels like maybe this is too mean. It's like an entire. It's, you know. It's like an entire site of Dylan Thomas's, where they have that kind of like, oh, you better look out. Look out, you better fucking watch out. I'm a big man on campus. And it's just like, you sound like a little bitch, and you need to be slapped around a bit. You're not Medicare, you know?
Yeah, now Medicare, you know, the thing about Medicare is that he remained pretty humble. Like, he just said, I'm just a guy on the internet.
Yeah, he would make fun of people when they were like, oh man, you're such a prolific guy. He's like, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Like, I just happen to become prolific.
Yeah. He's very funny. That's the thing that I like about Medicare, though, is that even when he's being, like, because he can be elitist too. Like, his first video, I was rewatching some of it. He was literally talking about, like, Spax's website, and he was like, whatever happened to the days when white hackers would just erase this shit off the internet? Like, if anybody else did that, I think I would be mad. But, like, he's got such a way of, like, talking about it. Like, his voice is so funny, his cadence is so funny.
Like, it's so blunt, but it's, like, endearingly blunt.
It's blunt, but it's also, like, silly. He's got, like, a silly, like, oh boy, he's straight out of Compton with these...
He's also taking the piss.
Yeah, he's taking the piss.
And that's, I think, what endears, like, Jim to a lot of people.
Dylan and Lotex both did that thing. What thing? V Mervellins. I feel like a jackass every time.
Oh, like the whole, you know, big man, like trying to be a big man on campus.
I don't think Lotex did that. Every time I see Lotex on something, he's like shit posting. It's very fucking hard to take him seriously at all, because maybe it is just like, with Dylan's voice, Dylan is smarmy, and with Lotex's voice, he sounds kind of like a weird, like, he sounds like a nerdy uncle. He's like one of my uncles if they knew about, like, Dungeons and Dragons and shit. And he's always just shitposting, so I don't feel the same way about him. I actually don't mind him.
Yeah, no, I don't hate Lotex. I don't agree with a lot of the shit he did, but you know,
I feel I liked one of the. It sucks that he died of, like, a cocaine overdose or something. How did he die?
I think he hung himself. I think he committed neck rope.
He hung himself because, like, he didn't want his ex-wife to get any of the money. It's very sad. I want an internet person.
And I think she got the money anyways.
Yeah. I want an internet person to that does shit like that to have, like, a I want one internet person to still be a shit poster, but still have kind of a wholesome, I guess, impact on the world. Maybe I could be that.
Yeah, that's
guy.
like, hey.
I don't think that's gonna. No, I'm not gonna be that guy.
Well, I don't
that's
think you're a
too-
scum-ass for one.
No. But not being a scum ass, that's kind of a big responsibility. You know, you do one thing, you fuck up once, and then people are gonna be like, oh, he's a milkshake duck. He's a milkshake duck. Well, I thought he was so nice and cool, and then he said this one bad thing, or did this one bad thing. He tricked us. That's
something I just didn't personally agree with.
Yeah.
I know, shock and surprise.
Yeah.
His smile and optimism gone.
I know I shouldn't.
No.
I don't need to say that to the people in this audience, but if you are watching somebody because you think they would be your friend, you're not watching them for the right reasons. Watch somebody because they're entertaining, not because you think, oh, I would hang out with them. Sometimes that can happen. Sometimes that can absolutely. You can build rapport with your internet heroes, and then maybe that'll work out good. But sometimes, you know, sometimes you peel back the curtain.
In my case, I didn't start watching Brains' stuff until after I knew him, like personally knew him.
I watched some of Brains'
I mean, that's
stuff.
a little different though. If it's like a guy that you knew first and then watch their content, I mean, that's a little different.
I watched some of his old stuff, I think, and then we built a relationship kind of.
I mean, I watched him beforehand with like the Rogue stuff, but
he came to me first. He was like, "Hey, I noticed you in the Deadwing streams. I like your art," and I was like, "Oh wow, that's really cool. That's really cool of this white anime guy to like my things." And then, there were some things about him I didn't know, like, he was a hip hop man. I don't know if that's the way to put it.
Yeah, Brains, same thing with me. He kind of came to me. Ironically enough, I think you actually were there when we first had our proper interaction. Me and Brains did. It was about his like Sonic Maniacs trailer, I think.
Yeah, you did business. And
it just kind of. Yeah, I did business with him initially, and then it just kind of turned into a more personal relationship after that.
Yeah. You guys have similar interests, I guess.
Yeah, so funny. It just kind of devolved into talk. Because I remember you distinctly being like, "Hey guys, can you guys move this to DMs?"
Oh no, I didn't.
Like,
no,
yeah,
you guys wanted to move it to DMs. I think he wanted to move it to DMs.
I think it was everybody. I think I was getting ready to move it to DMs, but I wasn't sure if it was like if he was interested or not. So I was like, oh, well, let somebody else say it first.
Yeah.
It's not like I was upset with you about it or anything. I'm like, yeah, we shouldn't be talking in.
Yeah.
and self-promotion, having a full conversation.
But anyway, so Canada sucks. I hate Canada. I hate Canada so much.
I love their entertainment. I hate Canada.
I hate Canada.
It's so cold. It's fucking
cold.
frigid.
It's bad. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. Canada's fine. I'm just being a bit facetious. I enjoy maple syrup. I enjoy pancakes, and that's all I know about it. I love the show Forget About It. I watched a little bit of that. I don't want to say I love it, but it is weirdly like it's even if it's a bastardization, it's a bastard combination of Family Guy and Johnny Test. There's something comfy about it. There's something comfortable about it.
I've never even heard of that show, or maybe I did. Maybe at like some.
It's
like the worst show ever.
It's a weirdly high concept show about like it's basically like Canadian Family Guy, but it's like there's a mob boss who has to move into witness protection, so he goes to Saskatchewan because like he's.
Oh, I know I know the show.
Yeah, the show explains the premise every time. It's like a Jimmy wanted to fuck the boss, and then the boss to do. Forget about it. And they have like a Dudley Do-Right Canadian Mountie friend. It's very
I think
great. And there's a Stewie, but it's instead of it being Stewie, it's like a girl, and she's like a New York Stewie. Brooklyn, New York. Stewie.
I don't know what Stewie is. The only Stewie I know is Stewie Griffin.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like a Stewie Griffin because it's a little baby, but she acts like an adult, and she kills people.
Oh, Mr. Egg.
Mr. What?
Mr. Egg has posted. I didn't even know who Mishkaz was before becoming friends with him. I met him through through the shit posting channel on the Simple Flips Discord.
Oh.
Also, shout out to Simple Flips. It wouldn't be a stream without him.
Who's Mishkas?
Got a shout out from him. I've heard the name before.
The funny thing, yeah, I'm also in the Simple Flips Discord. That shitpost channel is fucking great. It's like
I think that's how me and Goodway first started becoming friends, was because we both watched Simple Flips.
Yeah, no, I think we just it was a gradual thing. I also think we kind of have a similar sense of humor. Like me and you,
like oddly morbid.
Like we're not. I don't think we're as bad now because it's like on stream and we're a little bit. You know, you got to be presentable, but. We will just be off the fucking wall.
Yeah, saying some out-of-pocket shit.
Yeah, and we'll keep, like, I'll encourage you and then you'll encourage me and then it'll turn into... And nobody knows what the fuck we're even talking about. It'll just be like... And anyway...
it happened literally in private conversation the stream.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it's... no pun intended, egg each other on.
Yeah,
like
it's like... So anyway, Kuko, I fly the plane into 9/11, and then you're there too, and you fly the plane, and then we both recite the little engine that could, and we start crying, like it's shit like that. Just the most.
Yeah, that's how the Echo movie came to be, or the Echo fanfiction.
Yeah, the Echo fanfic.
It's on Echo, by the way. If
you showed that. You showed that to your IRL friends, and I was there, and I was just like. They didn't know what the fuck was going on.
And Anne was like...
Yeah, what the fuck? Anne's a
good...
good...
just snickering about it the whole time.
Anne's a good woman, though. She showed me that Dark Simpsons channel. I'm glad that I saw that. There's some funny ones on that.
You know...
Yeah, I love the
Sometimes
Simpsons.
I feel like my humor wouldn't work. Because of like all the weird in jokes that I just like have internally, I feel like I can't do all the funny shit I want to do on my YouTube channel because I feel like it's like it would literally just not be able to get it.
There's nothing worse than like having a you had to be there kind of sense of humor, but like oh yeah I'm broadcasting to millions of strangers anyway. Here's an inside joke.
Or it makes me sound insane out of context more so. It's not that it's like people wouldn't find it funny.
That's what I like about you, is that you are insane. Well, maybe you're not insane.
Oh,
but
Mishkas is the guy who started the iceberg trend.
Oh, he started the Mario, was it the Mario?
64
really?
Iceberg and shit.
I love the Mario 64 iceberg, yeah. It's funny because before the Mario iceberg, I think the only iceberg I saw was the fetish iceberg. Where it like the
only iceberg I knew about was like the internet iceberg, which was what it was based off of.
Yeah. Have you seen the fetish iceberg? It's really like funny because
I've heard about it and I'm like I don't want to watch it because it's probably get shit.
Well, it's bad, but like it's funny because like it gets like more and more deplorable and unforgivable, but then at the very bottom it goes back to just being completely weird because it's like floor tiles. The state of Ohio. Unfortunately, I know that that's real now. But then it's also like Mexican sugar dancing. But then one of them is literally like concrete enemas. So there's people just shoving concrete up. Just people shoving concrete up. I hope that's not real.
They're shoving liquid concrete up there. They make the concrete like solidify inside their organs.
Mix the concrete.
It's a one-time thing. It's a pleasure to die for. Is what they say.
Death by chocolate, except instead of death by chocolate, it's death by concrete in your ass. Which I don't recommend that. I think go to a hospital. Go to a mental hospital before you do that to yourself.
I mean, there are worse ways to I mean, there's autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah,
there's worse ways to die.
Yeah. Isn't that how Robin Williams died?
But seriously, why did they... No, I think Robert Williams just gave himself a lead injection.
Oh. You mean he shot himself? I'm not gonna do
shot
that.
himself.
I'm not doing the censorship thing.
We're not doing that. I just did it for like because we'd had a conversation.
Yeah.
Me and Goodwee earlier today had a conversation about that.
Yeah.
It's like we're just gonna make a.
How I
been there, folks.
I unironically might make like a second channel on Rumble or something, or one of those other sites, Because I don't agree with the politics of probably a lot of people on there. There's a lot of crazy people, but YouTube is very strange when it comes to censorship. Like, they won't let you talk about... Like, you'll have to... You'll have to call... Yeah, you'll have to call certain things like the... You'll have to call it the coof.
Fake names, yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll
if you want to talk about killing
it's
yourself, you have to say, "Ooh, I unalived myself," which is really insulting. Like, imagine...
Oh, you got self-deletion.
No, but yeah, imagine
like it's
somebody...
a child.
No, but like, imagine somebody is like, "I'm gonna talk about my story. I'm gonna come out about my harrowing experience when I tried to kill myself, but I didn't because I made the right choice." And it's a grown-ass man, like, sitting there being like, "I'm gonna talk about the time I almost unalived
And, you know,
myself."
it might help somebody else that's going through the same thing, and YouTube's like, "Nope, we're gonna flag it
No,
down."
it's like, no, yeah, and it's like, the only way we're not gonna flag it down is if you act like a fucking idiot, and you say these oopsie poopsies no words. These fucking... Like, I know a guy on YouTube where he will talk about, like, he's one of those people where he, like, looks at Reddits, subreddits. That used to be all the rage, you know, a few years ago. But whenever he says sex, he doesn't say sex, he says the naughties. Like, people will write the word sex and he'll have to say it like, "Oh, they did the naughties." And I'm like, you're a grown man. You're a grown man. His YouTube is making you say it like that.
Like, just say you had sex.
Yeah. It's almost worse.
Like, just say it.
Yeah. You can't do that. If you want to talk about, like, Hitler, you have to say funny mustache man or something, and it's like...
Yeah, or the bad guys from WW2. You can't even say World War II. You gotta say WW2.
Which is funny, because there are a lot of people that want to accuse people of that sort of thing, and they have to censor the I. I was looking at some shit. I was looking at some shit the other... You know that the Mickey Mouse game that's coming out, where it's the horror version of Steamboat Willie?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and I saw a video where it was literally like an arrow pointing to the monster from that, and it said "Secret Nazi Game." And at first I was concerned. I was like, "Oh wow, are there really like, is there really like Nazi symbols?" And then I looked closer at the video, and it was Vosh. It was Vosh. So I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, okay, I get it."
Okay, he's just talking out of his ass. Okay.
And then I didn't watch the video.
How is he still out on YouTube?
I don't know, because YouTube is inconsistent. They don't have the policies they do because they care. They have the policies for it's fucking optics. And if Vosh brings in the big bucks, yeah.
I don't even think he does that well compared to like other streamers on YouTube.
People know about him. People clearly know about him.
Yeah, but not for good reasons.
No. Well, no publicity is bad publicity, or at least that's what it used to be.
Yeah, I
think that's... I feel like that people are trying very hard to, you know, contend that with the shit they're doing, but I don't know. It's a great stream. It's a great stream. Just talk about all the controversial topics and not even really get into them. Just kind of like mention them and be like, "Oh yeah, that's anyway."
I don't know. I feel like honestly, I like casual conversation streams that aren't because we're not saying anything controversial about the controversial.
No, we're not saying anything bad.
It's just that we. It's actually like the coldest takes possible. That it's like, hey, this thing bad or this thing good. Yeah. It's like it's not even that. I mean, it may not be, you know, cold takes in 20 years, but.
V. Revillas just said that a concrete enema actually might not kill you.
I mean, that's probably true. I mean, if it's already solid concrete before going up into your anus, I mean, probably it's not going to kill you. It's going to fucking hurt. But I don't think it's gonna kill you, provided you're not. I mean, you're probably also a complete fucking imbecile. Yeah. If you're doing that in the first place. Well, but provided.
Not to kink shame. Don't. Oh, Kuko, don't kink shame those people that are killing themselves with concrete in the ass. I'm just kidding. You can absolutely.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's the one thing I'm like, dude, don't. It's like eating knives. It's like, is that your kink shame?
Yeah. You want to know what's my kink? Imperialism. Colonizing other countries and giving them diseases.
Yeah, we can't kink shame it.
Yeah,
what goodly manifest his own destiny, guys.
Yeah, manifest destiny, as they say. I don't actually enjoy imperialism. I think that's wrong to do that. But it's so hot. It gets me so hot under the collar that I just have to...
This is actually true, though. You can live without your lower intestine. Because because I've heard, like, people, you know, like, have their intestines, like, ripped out.
Do you have to live in an iron
it's like,
lung for the rest of your life?
No, because your intestines are like super. Like they can literally just do like some surgery on you to like cut out some of it, and you'll just live without some of your intestines, and it'll just be a shortened intestinal tract. That's it.
Does that have any effect on you? Do you like have to shit more? Like, that would have to. I mean,
maybe shit comes out faster. I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends on how fast your stomach can digest stuff. I mean, it'll be different person to person.
Yeah. Good news, you survived. Bad news, every meal is now going to be Taco Bell. Every meal is going to feel like Taco Bell for you.
Honestly, I'd rather be dead.
Yeah. You can eat as healthy as you want. It's just coming. It comes out, and it goes in, it comes out within an hour.
And this is going to be a weirdly off-topic thing. I mean, like, we're off-topic, but... Yeah. Seriously, a dung beetle robot?
A dung beetle robot.
A dung beetle robot.
Nobody
Even
knows...
the bosses are pushing around shit next to
Okay. Now, for context, you were talking about Mega Man 6. Mega Man X6. The dung beetle robot. We were having a conversation the other day because you were playing it. And there was a dung beetle character that took over a museum or something. And there were big blocks.
Yeah, Ground Scaravich.
It looked like a very, like, clean, like, futuristic level with a bunch of blocks. But all the blocks had shit in them.
Yeah, they're shit blocks.
Yeah, which makes
it's a nightmare
me wonder.
Effect in a level.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder, is that shit because you said something like robot shit, and then I asked the question, does a robot shit? Is he rolling around feces from a robot's anus?
Or is it his own feces? Which I mean, either or is like. Oh.
Yeah. Why did a dung beetle? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, why a dung beetle? What purpose? Because all of these robots like served like a practical like service.
Yeah, purpose. They're like a lot of them are construction robots, or a lot of them are like, you know, like ocean robots to like help ocean life or like keep the ocean clean.
So what does the dung beetle that rolls up literal shit do at a museum? What does he do?
Guess I think in the perfect files or the perfect guidebook for Rockman X6, Keiji Inafune was said straight up, or I think it was Keiji Inafune. It was somebody that was involved in X6. They said he was actually a disposal, like a garbage disposal robot.
Well, that makes sense.
Which makes sense. I guess they don't want to say shit disposal.
Yeah, he was the shit pig. Like in they have an India. Yeah. I didn't know they had that. I was watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and they had that part where he uses the toilet and there's literally like a pig. And they're like, yeah, that's the pig that eats the excrement. You have to if he gets too antsy, you have to poke him with the stick so it'll go away from you. And that's what they got in the future, but instead of a pig, it's a robot dung beetle.
Yeah,
I just like to imagine it's somebody. Were these all created by Dr. Light, or were there different inventors? Because I just imagine the guy who made the Scarab guy.
Oh no, Dr. Light's like long dead by the time of the X series. He's been dead for like 100 years by that point. No, these are just made by like people.
No, whoever designed the Scarab beetle is like a tactical pervert. He made like a depraved design to love shit.
And it's like garbage disposal. Yeah, for sewage. Yeah, it's like, definitely wasn't into scat.
It's like how like there are a lot of like artists that will hide their weird fetishes in their art, except it's a scientist doing it. It's a scientist creating like, oh yeah, this is the most practical way to get rid of excrement, is to have a sentient being that loves it and wants to roll it around and roll around in it.
But well, here's the thing though, is that like robots in the X series are replicants and they have free will. So does he actually even like doing this shit? Because I mean, he turned evil.
Yeah. Well, what happens when you turn evil? Do you have free will when you're evil?
You go Maverick, or in Japan's case, you go irregular.
Okay. Yeah. But isn't it just
you just become violent and crazy?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Basically
so
like a robot criminal, basically.
Well, I guess a crazy person would like shit. So yeah, would like shit in that way. I feel like that's the stereotype. I know that's not how real shit works.
But did he like shit before he turned evil?
No, I think he had a sense of purpose. It was sort of like a job well done. Like, oh man.
It's like a trash man.
I love my job. I love keeping things clean and orderly, and I love getting rid of all the waste. But once he turned evil, he was like, shit. Oh yeah, I love this shit. I'm gonna fucking rub it all over the walls. I'm gonna rub the shit all over the walls. I'm gonna write my name in shit. Gonna make a beautiful brown rainbow.
Like, oh yeah, do the spitball.
Yeah.
Like takes the shit all over himself.
Damn. Oh, I hate that I know what you were referencing with that.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's another thing you had to have been there for, folks.
Yeah. Shout out to Dave the Useless, the wonderful silly pasta writer. Not creepypasta, silly pasta.
Yeah, Dave the Useless is great.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He seems like a good guy. I was in, I watched a lot of his live streams. I was commenting on him a lot. I don't know if he's done them in a while. Am I still sub to him? I'm still sub to him.
You better be, boy.
Yeah. He's got a Discord. It's a little bit too conservative for me sometimes, but, you know, there were some interesting people in there.
That's probably fine.
Yeah.
You just don't talk politics in those kinds of servers.
Yeah. They did, though.
Yeah, they did, but you try and like, go to like, different like, chats and stuff. And
I hate it because I met the guy, like the
This
dude who wrote full, like, because Dave doesn't like write all the creepypastas he reads, but there was this dude that wrote the Full House Lost episode where everybody's like a horse. It's the funniest shit. And like I met that guy, or at least I was talking to that guy. I'm like, oh, you're that guy? That was so cool. And he was like being a dick to me and being all weird. Like he was trying to act like he was like American Psycho or something. He was like, my dad abused me, so I made up a lie about it to get out of jail.
To do with this?
I'm a bad person.
I hope he was shivering. He had to have been
Probably was. I have a bad habit of just like. I have a bad habit of just kind of like taking a person's online.
Because that sounds like something that like Dave the Useless would like. Because this is something that like Dave the Useless would like read as well.
Dave the
like
Useless
his whole life is just a Dave the Useless like troll pasta.
Dave was relatively nice. You know, he had some views I didn't really agree with necessarily, but he was nice.
I talked to Dave once. He's a super nice guy.
He's a super nice dude.
Like, he talks the exact same way he
does.
Movies, and it's just...
delicious. I like when he has to say the word delicious, because it'll be like, I took a delicious slice of pizza from out of my back pocket.
I mean, he'll emphasize certain words.
I
say it as,
love...
like, disheveled.
Yeah. I love Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'll tell you what.
Should we advertise...
Unless you're into Sally.
Should we advertise, because there's a certain other friend of the channel, a Mr. Venom Sock. We did a little Christmas episode.
Yeah, we should advertise him.
Yeah, we did a Christmas episode with him where we would watch weird Christmas videos, and we read creepypastas also. And one of the creepypastas was a Dave the Useless creepypasta about the Donkey Kong series.
Bluster Kong is a gangster.
Yeah.
And it had like George Bush and Osama bin Laden in it.
It's so stupid. The episode just starts with him being like, alright, I'm a gangster now. I'm gonna start, like, putting hits out on people.
Killing people.
Yeah. It's like, what? This is a and then, like, Dave's narrator character is like, what? Bluster Kong would never fucking do that. This is bullshit.
This is bullshit. Bluster Kong is a character of integrity.
Yeah. Bluster Kong would never take to organized crime. He's a titan of industry. He doesn't need to do that.
He's a titan. Yeah, he could just buy out the mafia.
There was a channel that I, and I'm not even shit-talking this channel, but they were talking about Bluster Kong on the show, and they were talking about how he was like a metaphor for capitalism. Like how nobody likes Bluster Kong. Here's his thing, right? Everybody likes Donkey Kong because he's chill. Like, he's really nice, he's chill. But sometimes he's too chill, like he's kind of inactive. Whereas Bluster Kong, he's an asshole, he's an asshat. Nobody likes him. But he's such a titan of industry. He, like, he allows... Yeah, he makes the barrels, and he allows for progress, essentially, to happen. So people have to like him. Even though he's a dick.
Job. Capitalism is a thankless job, is what the white people essays would tell you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's sort of like how he's kind of a tragic figure because there are like noble things about him, but then he's also just really greedy and terrible with people.
I mean, sounds like us good week.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I mean, you're not greedy. You're not greedy though. You're doing this stuff for fun.
Oh yeah, I'm
doing
not
this
greedy.
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, you're doing it for fun and profit.
I'm doing it for fun and profit.
Like a little bit of profit, but like mostly. I mean, here I'm just doing. To me, this is just a hobby. Like I
it's
just
one
do
of
this
those
shit
things
because I think
where,
it's funny.
It's one of those things where I'm definitely like I want to build something, and if nothing comes of it, I guess nothing comes of it. I'll find another thing, but it would be really cool if it became like a big thing that I could like make money off of. You know what I mean? It's like I can say I built something. I built something with my own 2 hands. I built an empire.
Yeah, just for the satisfaction. It's kind of like me. It's like I just want to make something with my own 2 hands and put it out there for people to hopefully enjoy.
I get that. Yeah.
I can't wait. If we ever make the X7 good streams and you like end up playing X7, I can't wait till you hear the English voice thing.
I absolutely could just do it next stream is the thing if you really want to. Like, I don't care. No, because I don't want to be like hogging up like other spots. I don't know.
Like, it's like me coming on is like,
special guest.
I wouldn't say it's
Kuko
like a
Chad.
rare thing, but it's like an every once in a while you'll see.
You're not a co-host.
Like, I guess kind of like how to put it, because I know you have mixed feelings. But kind of like how Pro Pinky would sometimes show up on Rogue streams back in the old days. Whereas then it's like he didn't show up every stream, but he showed up every couple or so.
I guess it's more like you're not a co-host. It's more of a crossover episode kind of thing.
Kind of kind of a co-host sometimes, but like I'll probably end up making more appearances than probably like a lot of like the special guests. Because I'm easy to get on for the most part.
Yeah, I might get Helm on. I know, Helm would probably come on. And
Helm would be great to have on.
Yeah,
it'd definitely be an art stream. I'd feel like you and Helm would do like an art stream.
Helm really wants to do an art stream. That does make sense. That does make a lot of sense.
Because I know he intends on like doing like a big drawing with like all of this.
I'm very lazy. I keep having in my head this fucking, and I think I've told you about this before. I want to do a parody of the Conqueror's Bad Fur Day opening where he's like a sad king on his big throne, but instead it's me and the people surrounded by it. It's like a bunch of people in the Discord like around the throne, a bunch of like the regulars, and I'm like, well, here I am, king of all the land.
King of Crin.
Who are these degenerates that surround my throne? And how did your life come to this?
These wonderful people.
Yeah.
Well, come closer and I'll tell you. And it explains how you met all of these people.
Yeah, and my throne is just covered, like the whole room is covered in Dunkin' Donuts. Discarded Dunkin' Donuts cups, like strawberry
Yeah, you have like a
cups.
Dunkin' Donuts like coffee like in your hand, and it's
like... I've got a donut in my hand, I've got like a fucking... Yeah.
Coffee in the other.
It's funny, I don't like coffee, is the thing. I will always get like the strawberry refreshers. It's this like fruit drink, but it's really good. If I don't get the fruit drink, I get a chai tea. I get an iced chai tea.
Oh, a man of culture. You're not just a complete...
I'm not a Westerner. I don't like the Western coffee. Sometimes I'll have a latte.
No, I mean, I like Western coffee.
Yeah. I like the kind of...
I can't...
I don't like a rich dark roast. I like it to be a literal milkshake where there's a bunch of shit in it that doesn't make it taste like coffee.
See, I'm one of those people that's like, do not like put like a bunch of shit in it. Like, make it pure black with maybe a bit of whipped cream.
I'm the fucking opposite.
Like,
I'm the exact opposite. I'm like
just leave it alone.
Make that shit a milkshake. Put the cookie butter, because they got a bunch of different ones. They've got like they'll have the seasonal ones where they're like, for Christmas we've got the cookie butter crumble where there's a bunch of cookie butter on it.
Like pumpkin spice latte, that's not coffee.
I like pumpkin spice. I'll be a white woman about this. I enjoy a good pumpkin spice. I'll put the pumpkin spice in the chai latte too.
Like, more power to you, but it's not for me.
Yeah, I get it.
It's like I prefer more traditional coffee.
I think I really do like the pumpkin
I'm one of those people
flavor.
that's like...
Oh.
I'm one of those people that actually prefers to like hand crank it.
Yeah. You do feel like, I mean, you've kind of got, I don't know if you want to get into, if this is too personal, but I feel like considering what your job is, that does seem very much like a black coffee, ground beans kind of lifestyle.
Well, I don't drink coffee before I go to work.
Oh, you
like,
don't?
I don't.
So it's
like,
more
I
of a
won't say my
leisure.
profession, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more just a leisure thing. For once in a while, if taste buds are, like, willing to have it. Sorry about that cough, folks. Let's see.
We haven't checked the chat in a while. Eggs, House of Beck gameplay. What is that?
I wouldn't know about House of Beck. I've never used that name.
This
That's
is
kind of why I was like, oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I feel like this literally is just a bunch of people listening to our like Discord conversations, for better or for worse.
Yeah, they're just sitting here like in abject horror of what we're talking about.
Yeah. How do you guys eat a taco?
Everybody's thinking this is exactly what we feared. It's like this is what happens when we have Kuko on stream and we just start talking about like odd shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically like what most of our private conversations turn into.
Yeah.
This is just our private conversations in public, except a little less out of pocket than normal.
That was funny. The last stream was very funny because it was you, Zuki was in the chat and Venom was in the chat. And at some point, like, the topic of lean got brought up. So it was just like two people who knew what lean was and did it before, and two people who had didn't know anything about any kind of drug. And you were just like, you put alcohol in it, right? And I was like, no, that would kill you. And then Zuki was like telling me how to make it. He's like, here's how you make it, but don't do it though. But I love doing it though when I did it. But you won't have a good time with it. It was fun.
It's like your parents, right? When they're like, don't do this, and here's how to do it.
Don't do this, but here's how you do it.
FBI.
And boy, when I was your age, I would do that all the time. And it was so fun. But don't make the same mistake I did though. But it was so much fun. But don't do it.
V.
You can't tell it either. You can't pronounce it either.
I'm just gonna call you V.
Yeah, I'll call you.
I'm just gonna call you V. I don't know, man. I'm listening to this with my car while crocheting.
Crocheting, yeah.
With my cat.
V is a very crafty individual. V loves crafts and arts and crafts. Yeah. Well, how are you liking it? Is it good background noise, V? Is it good? Does your cat enjoy it?
I hope the cat enjoys it.
I hope the cat is purring and going.
Cats.
I hope the cat is going. Meow meow. What are these fucking idiots talking about? Purr. I don't. These people need to get lives.
Yeah, these people need to get off Discord.
Yeah.
I mean, in my case, I'll get off. I'm
you
not
like
on
Discord, don't you, Snake? That's another inside joke.
You like Discord, don't you, Snake?
I love
no,
that.
I don't.
Oh, you saw this thing with Samurai, because that was also from the Venom video. That was an earlier one. But it was like, we were reading that creepypasta where it was the Metal Gear Solid creepypasta, but it started with like...
Yeah, Solid
the dude talking about his Discord. And I was like, man, did I write this shit?
Oh,
it's
the
like,
Discord. Oh,
that's
that
the only
guy.
thing I have to... That would be like the creepypasta I write, is I have nothing else to write about. So I'm like, yeah, I talked about it to all my friends on the Discord, and they called me an idiot. And I said, shut up. No, that's not true. That's not.
Shut the fuck up, you losers.
You loser idiot. They don't say.
Yeah, and it was like at the beginning of each chapter, they're telling you to like play music.
Play the music, yeah. As if we're gonna put in that much effort for this, like.
It's like I'm not gonna do this, guy.
Yeah.
It's like
it's either a person.
You're not Godzilla NES. You're not gonna.
No.
You're not gonna. Like,
And
you're not
the thing
worthy of like this sort of like big dramatic music.
And you know what? If it was Godzilla NES, if it was something like that, they would have the courtesy of like having a little media file that you could like open up and play right there. You know?
Well, in Godzilla NES's case, he just described to you the music and just kind of left it up to like people that were reading it on YouTube to like have the music themselves.
I remember Retsupre, the Retsupre guys, they would read a couple creepypastas, and one of their big critiques, which I agree with, is like, if you're talking about a game and you're describing the game like something like, you know how fucking like Sonic.exe, it was like, and then Sonic.exe laughed, and it sounded like that Kefka guy from Final Fantasy.
Kefka guy from Final Fantasy.
It's like, that's not scary. Like, describing something else from another video game is not a scary thing. You know?
Yeah, it's like oh, the creepy Caverns of Winter music from Mother 2 started playing.
Yeah.
That explosion.
The Geiger theme started playing. The Geiger theme started
in reverse
playing.
at 2 times slower speed. It's like, how do you see that theme is already distorted? You know, it's in reverse and it's even more distorted. It's like, how do you recognize it? It's
That's
like,
why.
It's like, oh yeah, this one song from this one very specific cutscene from when Eggman met Shadow in the Ark and Sonic Adventure 2 started playing. It's like, I know the song, but it's like, you know, that's very incriminating of yourself to put that in there.
That's what made Ben Drown so great, is that, like,
good.
He didn't just like say, "Oh, all this stuff happens." He was like, "Oh, also I have video of this stuff happening," and then he had to go into the game and glitch it himself.
Because he doesn't have to go into 100%. He's talking about, like, the story, like the written part of the story is describing the things around it.
Yeah.
It's like what's going on in real life and letting the game mostly speak for itself, and then like explaining things that can't be communicated in the capture.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know
like,
or don't realize, we're talking about creepypastas. Now, back in the day, people would write scary stories based on... they didn't have to be based on properties, but a lot of the stories would be based on old video games and bootleg VHSs that had characters you recognized, doing things that they wouldn't normally do. And very scary things happened. They would be possessed by ghosts, or there would be a murderer. You know, for anyone who's not a millennial, or for anyone who's not whatever Kuko is. You know, Gen Z, a filthy Gen Z rat. A filthy Gen Z.
Well, I'm like old Gen Z. I'm like within first 3 years of Gen Z, I think. Or like first 4 years, I think.
V. Mervillas has sent me her cat. I'm going to look at the cat, and I'm going to describe to you what it looks like. Where is it? Where is it? This is bullshit. Okay.
Bullshit.
I hope I
did not hit her. I did not. Oh,
I did not. I did not hit her cat. I did not. Oh, hi, Shane Dawson. I hope this turns people on to Egg Mania, because it really is a fun game.
Yeah, it's a really fun game.
I've never
It's a very
heard...
frantic game from what I've seen of it.
I don't hear a lot of people talk. There's another mode in this game where it's all... Like, in certain levels, there's a bomb that you can grab and you can throw it at the enemy to, like, destroy the tower. There's a mode where it's just all bombs, and you're just throwing bombs back and forth at each other. That's really... I just found out about that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the thing in Mario Kart Double Dash where, you know, it's just bomb.
Yeah.
I don't know if you played the battle mode in that game.
I didn't play it a lot. I think I remember.
Blast.
I think I played a little bit of it. I don't know if I played that much.
Like, it came back in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
But Double Dash is very nostalgic for me. A lot of the whistling, the music.
Who knows? That's another stream idea. We get Dolphin Net play up and we.
Yeah, if I get Dolphin, then I can actually.
Well, wait.
What?
Legitimate Nintendo. Yeah. I'm sorry, folks.
I'm not even gonna do that joke. I'm not even doing that joke. There's nothing wrong with pirating games. Pirate games. We're seeing.
Well, I own the game.
Okay.
Full disclosure, I do own Double Dash.
You do own the game. Yeah. I keep seeing shit on Twitter where like companies are like, you need to get used to not owning the games that you buy. So
well, that's Ubisoft. That's Ubisoft specifically.
Yeah. But that's the thing though, is that like
but
a
Ubisoft's
lot of companies...
also like a guy that puts a bunch of like DRM for like even achievements, and it's like, dude.
Yeah, but even Nintendo, as much as I love Nintendo, I'm a Nintendo drone. These are the only kinds of games I play, is colorful kitty games. like they'll do so much bullshit. Like even the fact like the Super Mario. What was that thing where it was like three of the 3D games, the All-Star Pack, and they were like, it's a limited time only. No, you can't play it anymore.
Yeah, it was 3D All-Stars. It was like after March 29th. It was gone.
Reselling games that like have been on the market since like fucking 1995, since 1970.
7.
Yeah.
Or 6. 1996.
Yeah. No, I don't give a shit. Like they've already made enough money. They're not gonna lose, and it's not even gonna do anything.
Well, even for games that literally can't be re-released because of like licenses and stuff like that, it's
exactly.
To me it's completely okay because it's literally impossible. Like some of these games, like some of those like licensed NES games, like the LJN stuff, it's like you literally can't buy them anymore. Like it would literally be impossible to get all the rights in place.
Yeah, because I'm not one of those motherfuckers that's like, what you need to do, it's completely okay to go to a thrift shop. It's completely okay to go to the CVS and take a big backpack and steal everything because it's not going to get in trouble. It's a major corporate. Like, I'm not that motherfucker. I don't want workers to get in trouble. But I'm also like,
but
piracy
it's like, dude,
really
these are like old, out-of-date products that aren't even sold.
Yeah.
People that get like fucking...
It's
and people
really
that are
not.
like, oh, you didn't actually beat the game if you beat it on an emulator, even if you didn't even use save states on it.
Some emulators are harder.
It's like,
there are some hacks.
It's like, dude. Yeah, it's like, you know. Oh wow, you finally got past that round.
Yeah. Star and speculation.
But
do you mean you don't want to play games where you can be brutally murdered by and date sexy vampires? Well, that sounds interesting.
I mean, I already played those kinds of games. It's not even that big.
What is that? What is that? Dracula and the Dark Ritual, the Night, or whatever. Star, tell me more about the sexy.
Flow.
Yeah, exactly. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Star, tell me more about this.
Fucking kill you.
Tell me more about the sexy vampire game, Star.
Yeah, let's hear about those.
Yeah.
Star really should have stayed and fought that sexy vampire.
Yeah. I mean, you saw that one where it was like, because there was a new like Castlevania game that came out.
Yeah,
I
like
think,
tribute. It's like.
Yeah.
Like they. Well,
it's
no, it's like it
game?
literally got announced like a couple of days ago. And
it is so funny.
It was actually like it's not Castlevania, but it literally is like as close to Castlevania as you can get.
There's like a big.
It's literally called like Transylvania Adventures of Simon's Quest or whatever. Like it, because like Simon's Quest is technically not copyrighted because it's just the generic name.
I'm talking about the one where it's. I'm talking about the one where it's a dating game, also, even though it's also a Castlevania game. You know the exact one, the one with the pumpkin. I've heard about it. The pumpkin who's got like a Harley Quinn voice, and she's got big boobs. And I'm like, that's the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think I know the one you're talking about.
The pump cussy. This is sick. I'm sorry you had to hear that.
Sorry. I could have done without it. Honestly, my life would have been at least 5% happier had I not heard about that.
You've lost a little bit of respect.
No, not respect for you. I just lost the slight will to live.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I could do that for you. It's just funny because like I have a character in Onion Punch who's like a pumpkin. So I just imagine it's like
pumpkin and he's like like a cult guy.
Yeah, but it's like a Roger Rabbit relationship where it's like the bad bitch Chuck pulled for being autistic. It's that like scarecrow woman.
By the way, are we ever getting out of the forest?
Eventually, we're gonna get out of the forest. Eventually, I'm very good at procrastinating. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
We've been in the forest for about 20 years now.
Don't tell.
I think it's time to get out of the forest.
I don't know. It's gonna be in a different format. Maybe it might be in a Diary of a Wimpy Kid format because I think Jack recommended that to me. It's gonna. I feel like I need to find a way. Because there are
technically 2 Jacks.
Yeah, because like I need to find a way to streamline it.
Not my Jack.
Yeah, my Jack. Yeah, well, because like it's very time-consuming to make a page, and it's just me doing it. I don't have anyone else like helping me work on it. So I feel like I need to maybe simplify it somehow, but I'm so like weirdly married to the idea. I'll think of something.
I mean, to be fair though, I'm one of those people that's like, you know, I'm perfectly fine with you staying as a full-on comic. It just, you know, take a while to make an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was perfectly fine with that.
I'm very thankful that there are people in my community that are like actually like that give a shit, you know? Like it's nice to have that. That people are like, no, you gotta keep going. Like, I know you're doing your YouTube shit, but you gotta do your comic stuff because that's your big thing. That's the thing you can say you own. You own it. That's your mark. Yeah. And I like that. I like that people encourage. That's what I want my community. You know, even if it's my community is like adjacent to the eco community or whatever. I want my community to be about art. And, you know, encouraging people to, you know, do more creative things. And still not be afraid to shitpost or say some dumb shit sometimes, but, you know, encourage
You
creativity.
know, no, you can't say that.
No, you can't. It's funny. I'm like, I'm a conflicted man, and I make it everybody's problem. I'm like, the internet should be uncensored. You should be able to say whatever you want. Hey, don't say that. Don't tell that racist joke in there. That's not.
Well,
not
I feel
nice.
like there should be rules sites that like if you want rules on like your like server or whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just feel like the government shouldn't be involved in like making.
That's the thing. I am a hypocrite though, because I'll be in the Deadwing Dork server, and somebody will post a joke that's like about race or something, and everyone will roll their eyes and be like, "Not cool, dude." And I'm like, you guys are funny. Bro. You guys are funny dummies. But then anyone will do anything even resembling that in my server. I'll be like, no, deleting that. No. I don't want to get got for that shit.
Funny.
That's not funny. I've become what I hated.
Different rules for different servers, you know? It's
like, everybody's a rebel until you give them a badge, and then suddenly, you know.
Yeah, then all of a sudden they become 1984.
Yeah. Goodly's 1984.
Actual 1984.
Yeah.
I can't talk about the Byte of 87 as a server.
No, you can't talk about the Joe Biden of 87.
No, the Byte of 87.
Oh. Was that the Byte of 87?
So let me describe to you the Byte of 87, right?
Alright.
So it's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, there's a.
And it's like someone described it to me at work. And they were telling me it's like, all right, so the Byte of 87 is like this girl, right?
Yeah.
She like got her face into one of the mouths of like one of the animatronics and like got her frontal lobe basically like ripped off.
It's funny because
apparently she survived and became an animatronic or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's funny because like that company. The more those games go on, the more it's made a joke how like scummy and fucking skeevy the entire company is. Because it's like Chuck E. Cheese. You know, Chuck E. Cheese is known for. I think there were rumors, not even rumors. I don't even think about. There was some bullshit about the Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Like, if you left your pizza out and didn't finish it, they would take the slices back and put them into a new slice of pizza or something like that.
I don't think that's real.
That's not real.
Even I'll tell you that's a conspiracy theory. I'm one of those people that's I believe a lot of crazy shit, but I'm like that's too far. That's too
No, it's too far, but it's because it's Chuck E. Cheese. That's why they're attracting those kinds of conspiracies, because it's far-fetched, but it's not so far-fetched, you know?
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't put it past them, but I don't think they would do that.
I think my original
maybe way back in the 90s. Maybe.
Yeah, but my original point about the Five Nights at Freddy's, like they make a joke out of like how irresponsible and how malicious this company is. Meanwhile, the thing that they're known for with the Byte of 87, it's like literally a stupid ass fucking kid, like shoving his head between the teeth of like a giant robot. It's like, what the fuck did you think?
Yeah.
But you stupid kid.
Yeah, honestly, it's the kid's fault. We gotta victim blame, and this game series is all about victim blame. It's all their fault. It's not the guy's fault that he's like sitting in a surveillance room with all these killer animatronics. Yeah. He should just know better.
He should know better. Yeah.
It's his fault, not the animatronics' fault. They're an innocent man.
Welcome to the Goodly Draws channel, where we gaslight, we girl boss, and we victim blame.
It's your fault. You shouldn't have stepped in the shit.
Star in Speculation said something horrible to something touching, but I find kind of stressful. Goodly, I have considered that in the event of my untimely death, that my mother send you all my story notes and drawings for my adaptation of Prunella, so you can carry on my torch. Star, that's exactly what I like. Sometimes I think about if I die, like I'm kind of like, oh, that would be cool. So somebody else would make Onion Punch, and I don't want another fucking series that I have to have on my plate.
Yeah, you don't want a berserk situation.
It's like it's like the bullshit where people say, you know, I'm not gonna leave a will to my kids. I'm gonna leave the debt behind. They're gonna have to pay off all my debts for me. That's what you just did.
People that do that shit should be like.
Oh, that's Star's point. You should find someone you could put your unfinished burdens on. Which you're right. Maybe I'll have a son, and I'll have him do that.
Yeah, have a son. Give him all your crippling debt to your crippling cocaine addiction that you have.
I'll adopt a boy and I'll say, your job is to draw comic books. I don't love you. You are not part of the family. You're a worker, and it's legal.
It's gonna be the Onion Punch kid. It's gonna be like those Win Street kids.
Yeah. Oh no. Another inside joke. That's where fucking
onion.
You know, how many inside jokes have there been between you and me on this godforsaken show? That's not what the people want. That's not what the people came here for. No more than
45, no less than 72.
There were 9 people. There were 9 people in here at the beginning, and now there are 6. Because we're talking about inside jokes. I think the height
was like something like 15.
Oh, wow, yeah. The good stuff. I hope more and more people come in. Well, actually, it's late, too, also. And it's not even, like... It'd be one thing if it was late on a Friday or a Saturday, but this is, like, a Thursday. People gotta go to work tomorrow. I have to go to work
Here's
tomorrow.
The weird part. Here's gonna be the weirdest, like, sudden shift ever. Where I just start talking about Egg Mania again. Help that guy in that dinosaur head. He has the jaws of a T-Rex.
Oh, there's a... Oh, I didn't even notice that. Look at that. There's a lot of hidden lore. It's like Dark Souls.
No, I've been paying attention to the game this whole time. It just helps me like get my thoughts together.
Because you don't have to pay attention.
It feels like it's my mind being like put together.
Yeah, you don't have to pay attention to the bricks either. So you're just looking at everything. Like, ooh, look at that nice background. Look at that fucking dinosaur fossil of that dinosaur in the fossil has a weird neck. It looks like he has real bad back pain. Oh, and I hope I don't...
He's got scoliosis like you and me.
Oh, did I... Oh, I won that shit? I love winning by default because this hard mode is so hectic, the characters end up making an unstable tower.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, if I put this down like this, that little knot, that little hole in it that I can't fill, I think there's a way to fill it, but I don't know how. But yeah, that's the kind of shit you want to avoid. If you ever pick up this game, that's the kind of shit you want to avoid. Is you make sure that every crack and crevice is filled, every nook and cranny, every crooked granny is filled.
I would assume you could get away with like 1 or 2 little holes here.
Yeah, look, the water's rising. It says oh wait, is that, or is that more? Oh, is that a hazard or is that the water? Oh, look at that. There's I don't know why there's a shark for the castle moat. There's sharks in the moat. Oh well.
I mean putting sharks in a moat would be too horrible of a home defense system.
I guess I could finish Onion Punch in your honor, but I have no idea what I should do. Well, just start. Just whatever you think. Whatever you think I would do, just do that. Put that in. Just imagine...
Yeah, just completely, like, sidetrack the story.
Yeah, it's like when Walt Disney died. People used to... the Disney animators, they would say, what would Walt do? As if he were Jesus Christ. That's how they came up with Pete
What
the
would
Reluctant.
Jesus do?
Yeah. Instead of what would Jesus do, it's what would Goodly do? Which the answer is procrastinate.
Yeah, because...
Procrastinate, put things off.
Just don't fucking finish it.
Yeah, don't fucking finish it.
Just say, I'm working on it. If they figure out that I haven't been working on this comic, they're gonna shut me down. They're gonna cut funding for my comic.
Yes. Procrastinate for years and years and years, and the older you get, just get really depressed, and have all of your depress all your friends with your fucking doomer talks of like, man, what has my life become? What's my legacy? What if I haven't accomplished anything? Yeah, well, did you make the comic? No, I don't want it. Okay, well then get a job. No.
No.
No. No.
No. No. Fuck off.
I'm not working. You know what? I'm not working on it. And I still want things to work out.
I'm not gonna.
This is a great place. The live stream of Egg Mania is a great place to talk about my personal problems. It's a great.
Just
sure,
talk about light.
Yeah, that won't get me a Kiwi.
Just to
Farms
talk
thread.
about literally anything. Yeah, that'll get us a Forbes thread.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm getting older and I'm getting I haven't done anything and this and that. My mother and my father are angry at me. Actually, they're not angry at me. They watch some of these streams.
They're already Oh wait, your mother and father do watch them?
Yeah. Well, I don't let them watch it live, but sometimes they'll watch the VODs. I don't know. They like some of it.
In that case, hello.
Hello, yeah. Keep family and business completely separated, but also because I'm a whore for attention. So I'm like, my mom probably should have watched the Mickey Mouse Chris Chan thing, but then I'm also like, hey, did you see the Mickey Mouse Chris Chan?
I would never let my parents.
No, that's the thing is I didn't even tell her about the bad parts. I literally explained the context of the yeah. So there's this funny guy, and he left the PS2 controller on, and his dad yelled at him, and she was still like, oh, that's very sad. That's very sad that the dad yelled at him. I'm like, no, it's funny. No, it's funny.
It's funny.
No, it's not very funny. I don't like that this man is getting made fun of. Like,
what kind of son did I raise? What
kind
of fucking monster?
I told my dad, and he laughed. He thought it was funny. I'm like, yeah, there's this
That's
fucking
because
idiot.
Men are the only funny ones. My cold takes. Men are only funny.
I'm like, yeah, there's this fucking idiot who took pictures of his hoarder house and put them online. And his parents got mad at him, so he made like a public announcement to the internet to get his information off because he thinks that that's how the internet works, and it's not. And then his dad comes in and he like, without realizing it, records an entire fight. It's very funny in context. I think it's very funny. The entire story, is sad, but that part of it is... It's like the comic relief.
I think it's so funny. Like the wider context makes it sad, but the in context, like the general around it, like within the short areas.
Yeah. It's like there's this great Shakespearean tragedy, this great horrible. You see somebody's life deteriorate in real time, but then there's little snippets.
It's like Breaking Bad. They're it's like in the actual Walter White throwing the pizza on the roof. It's like in context, it's really sad.
Yeah.
But kind of in its surrounding context, but in also outside of context, it's the funniest fucking thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm wondering because right now the meme is that specific, the father-son fighting, but are there other Chris Chan videos to parody that would be that funny? Or is that one the perfect?
I mean, the y'all are there and I'm over here, sort of.
No, but the thing is, the y'all are there, that part of it. But that's 9 minutes. That's a 9-minute video. Whereas the father call is 2 minutes. It's very concise. You get it.
Yeah, I feel like
you don't need to know.
Maybe you would have to just do the first bit of the y'all are there and I'm.
Yeah, I think I want to try to do it eventually. I want to do the
and kind of edit the good parts together.
Yeah. You just kind of see cuts. He'll go on about nonsense, and then you'll cut it. But there's so many good
static
ones.
in between, and it's it kind of cuts around to
young lady. It's funny. I forget how
young
many
man.
I forget how many funny parts are from that because there are a lot of iconic lines from that video. The fucking I'm here and y'all are there.
And y'all are there.
Y'all should know me by now, but if you don't, I want to, if I ever have a rap career, if I ever even make one, rap as a joke, I'm going to start, instead of starting with you already know who it is, I'm going to be, y'all should know me by now, but if you don't, and then the beat drops.
No, it starts playing Delfino Plaza.
Yeah.
It's like
and
the
video
Center version where it never gets going.
The video is going to be called I'm Twerking on It. And I'm going to have a bunch of hot hoes. I'm going to have a bunch of hot hoes twerking on it. I'm twerking on it. I'm totally twerking on it. I'm jerking on it. I want to do...
I'm jerking on it.
I'm working on it, I'm jerking on it, I'm twerking. This isn't rap, this is just Dr. Seuss. This is perverted Dr. Seuss.
It's gonna be epic rap battles of history. It's gonna be Anne Frank Goodly draws.
It's gonna, yeah, epic rap battles of history. Like, you know, my
and then I make
influences.
like a cameo on your side. I make it a cameo on your side to like do like a verse.
Yeah, featuring Kuko.
I just destroy Anne Frank.
Yeah. Oh no. No, it's gonna be like people are like, "What are your influences as an artist?" I'm like, "Well, you know, I really don't like hip hop. I think it's a lot of, I don't like that kind of music. It's a lot of talk about drugs and killing people. That's not very nice. But what I do like is epic rap battles of history. I like the dude from Friday Night Funkin'. You know, that's fun. It's gonna be very odd. I don't actually believe it. I like some rap. I like some. Brains insisted that I look at MF Doom because apparently, and I absolutely.
Doom's really good.
I know why, because he's like a quirky, weird dude, and he has like my same sensibilities, I guess. I was listening to the Food album, and at times it really did feel like a YouTube poop, like some of the in-between stuff. Oh, don't worry, I know who my friends are.
Yeah.
I know who my friends are, and when I move into the neighborhood, you'll get crack. And then he starts laughing. There's the Friends, the Deep Fried Friends song. And he's talking about how actually friends aren't all there. There are no friends in the game. They're snakes.
There are no friends in the game.
They're snakes. They're all snakes. They're out to get me. Which I don't think is a good thing.
It's all Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. Oh, all Metal Gear Solid. What?
It's like they're just all snake. It's like Big Boss at the end of MGS4. It's like,
yeah.
No, the world would be better without snakes. Because in MGS3, it's like the boss, like Big Boss's boss.
Big Boss is
was like, oh hey, you know, it's like, hey, the world is better with snakes. And then Big Boss at the end of MGS4 is like, tell Solid Snake. He's like, no, the world is better off without snakes.
There's that's very funny that there's a bigger boss than Big Boss. There's Big Boss.
Yeah,
bigger
it's just
boss.
called the boss.
This is going to be an inside joke on my part. There's Big Boss, bigger boss, and then there's big boss. Dan, if you watch,
it's kind of like our hierarchy in Discord, basically.
Yeah.
In the servers, basically, it's like there's Big Boss, and Big Boss. It's like there's a bunch of snakes running around.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. In my Discord, I'm the cock of the walk. I'm the head of the roost.
Yeah, you're like the boss,
Yeah.
and then like I guess like maybe Venom would be like or Helm would be like Big Boss.
Yeah, I'm the head goodly in charge.
And then Venom is just Venom Snake, who's like Big Boss's doppelganger.
Venom is like my wrangler, who'll be like, "No, Goodly, you can't do that. You can't do this." But then he will insist that I play Meat and Fuck Kingdom for some reason. I don't know. He made it like Jack of all fucking people. Like, messaged me, and I fell for it because he was like, "Goodly, you know, I've been playing a game, but I don't like it, but I think you like it." And then I was like, I thought it was a real thing. I was like, what do you want to recommend me? And he said, it's called Meat and Fuck Kingdom. I'm like, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, making you think it's gonna be like a genuine.
Yeah, I got bait and switched.
Watch, I actually just like send you like a totally illegal copy of Mega Man 1. It turns out just to be an 8-bit version of Meat and Fuck Kingdom.
Oh no. Yeah, you like a bit crushed and fucking compressed to all shit.
Yeah, just like you can count the pixels on this. It's like one of those bootleg like NES games where it's like
I want to find a way to like censor it to be completely family friendly. I know Retsupre did a version of it where it was heavily censored, but I want like a version where it completely changes the context. There's no sex in it whatsoever. It's meet and greet kingdom, and it's just you make friends. You make friends with these women who happen to be big boobed ladies. It's all completely platonic.
you just simply give them a relationship.
Yeah, you give them a relationship advice. It's like you're well, actually, no, that would still be. Somebody would still.
No,
get
you're
off
just
to that.
a guy. You're just a guy that just like helps.
You're a guy that gives. But if you say like you keep giving them relationship advice, that almost sounds like cuckoldy. And somebody would get into that, like, oh yeah, I'm giving them advice on how the other men are gonna fuck them or something. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit cynical. You can give
That's
your friends.
a bit too cynical.
Yeah, that's a bit. I'm sorry. That's very
Yeah,
incelish.
you can give people.
You can
It's
give
like
people.
giving a man relationship advice.
Yeah,
To me,
that's
it's
true.
not...
I don't know shit about relationships. I don't know shit about relationships, and still I've given people advice. Like I know what I'm
you'll
fucking
learn.
talking about. Learn this dick and balls. Learn this old cock. It's very stinky because I haven't washed it. Yeah.
Hey, Goodway, what's learn thee?
Learn what?
Learn these balls in your mouth.
Yeah. All right, Kuko. I know it's you're gonna become a married man very soon. But you know what? You need one last night out on the town. You need one last meet and fuck. So pull
One
down
last
those.
meat and fuck. That's gonna be the string.
Pull down those trousers. No, it's just me giving you fellatio, because I'm gonna yeah.
You're like the second to last guy I would want fellatio.
Yeah. What's with the first guy? At least there's a guy in front of me.
You don't want to know.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, there's a guy that I would definitely not want.
Yeah, well, he's got very sharp. Is he the guy? I don't know if you're talking. I don't know if I know what you're talking about, but I feel like he's got very sharp teeth.
Yes, he has very sharp teeth.
He's got very
His
sharp
avatar too also has very sharp teeth on it that look very painful.
Yeah.
And I would not want my cock and balls anywhere near.
He has like a xenomorph mouth, where it's like it's not even the. Oh, that would be horrible. That would be both great and horrible. You're getting it from a xenomorph, so it's like both mouths, but then it's both sets of teeth. It's not even the first mouth isn't even fucking doing it. It's the little mouth.
Yeah, there'll be nothing left. There'll be nothing left.
Yeah. Jesus. What's the fucking chat? There's 4 people. There's 4 people. The two people heard us talking about xenomorphs. Like, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get out of here with
Well,
this
no, it's been
talk.
around before. I mean, to be fair though, we usually.
Okay, so
Because not
Star
everybody
says
because it's also like a...
Star says if she finishes Onion Punch, Bianco and Cole will travel to the end of the earth in some eldritch location where the evil potato wasn't really a potato. Do a cool anime battle, then Bianco gets his couch. Oh, that would be pretty cool.
Dude, that demon egg that deviled egg, if you will, is like styling.
Yeah, he's freestyling. Oh, look, there's the bomb. This is the mechanic. See, you can throw him back too.
Yeah, see, I kind of picked up on all these mechanics as I'm like,
it's only been a few hours, you know.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours. I mean, to be fair though, I think I finished the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's a very simple game, but it's fun. You know, it's like Dig.
Yeah, it's like Tetris Attack. It's just really fun.
Is Tetris Attack like are there characters in that too that you play as?
Yeah, there's Yoshi. Yeah, you play as like Yossi.
Oh.
In that.
Did Oh yeah. Well, no Tetris, but you're not like handling the pieces. You're still like, I don't know. I haven't played it. I think last time, I don't know if you were there for this, but the last hour of the stream I played Mean Bean Machine.
Yes, I did see that for like a brief few minutes.
I was very disappointed in myself because I was doing as bad as I did as a kid. And I've played other versions. I've played like
Puyo
the
Puyo is...
It's hard.
I think you're intimidated by the robots like Davy Sprocket.
Yeah, I see all the goop. The fucking like in the show, they're so stupid. Sonic is literally like pointing in another direction, and they blow up. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, these robots are really scary. There's one that's a chicken.
It's like you just breathe. Yeah, it just scratch.
Yeah. The most intimidating version of Dr. Robotnik ever made these robots.
Yeah, not Sad AM, not the
Not Sad AM, yeah.
Not Fleetway.
The one who's famous for talking about his pingus. You nincompoops, you robots! I'm going to create a...
No, the scariest version is the one with that creepypasta.
Yeah.
You're more homo than sapien.
Do the spin dash. He's got Sonic as a speedo. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's a fucking blue thong.
I hate how he fucking voiced Robotnik in that. Do this.
Yeah, it's like it's scary, like accurate. It turns out the dude's girlfriend is Robotnik. All
Yeah. No, but the way it's like
He's
so
like,
perverted
get
when
his
he says
iPod.
it. It's like a fucking, it's like a Doctor Hannibal Lecter kind of thing. He's like, oh, do this.
yeah, it's meant to be like crazy.
Yeah. I don't like that. I prefer it when he's a jolly Santa Claus who just yells a lot.
Yeah, like in the games.
Yeah. You
LSD8, like like that cartoon. Literally, its finale was Robotnik Claus, and like
Yeah.
Sonic became Santa by the end of that show.
Robotnik, but then they had to stop Robotnik from being Santa Claus, right?
Yeah, they had to stop him, and then Sonic, like they made a fake robot say like that he was gonna retire, and he wanted Robotnik to be like the guy that takes over from him.
It's funny. There's a similar plot in The Great Mouse Detective, where Ratigan he builds a fake Queen of England that like makes him king.
Yeah, kind of like that. And then like Sonic goes to rescue Santa, right?
Yeah.
And like by the end of the special, it's like Sonic's able to go so fast he's able to all the Christmas gifts within like a few minutes.
Yeah.
And
he goes back in time. He reverses.
And like the real Santa's like, you know what? Maybe I should retire. Guess what, Sonic? You're Santa Claus now. And like Sonic doesn't object to it either.
That's how the series ends canonically.
Yeah, no, that's canonically like the last series of events to happen.
You know what?
And it's like have an extremely Sonic Christmas.
Considering
the Sega Saturn game.
I mean, considering the wackiness of that show, that's
that makes sense.
That's kind of a perfect way to end it off. It's like, yeah, Sonic is Santa Claus now. Fuck it.
Because it's like, how do we get from that to that?
Yeah. It'd be great if there was like an Enter the fucking Spider-Verse like Sonic thing where they go to the different dimensions.
I still want that. Yeah. I want like all of the Sonics to be in one place.
But it would be fucking great if they go to that dimension and like Sonic is still canonically Santa Claus. He's like,
still like he's only Santa Claus during the like he's just Sonic every other time of the year.
That show is so bizarre. Like that, the Sad AM, not Sad AM. The Adventures of Sonic is so weird. That like when you see something that's actually from the games, it's almost like you have to do a double take. Like they had one where it was
I feel like that there was so little to adapt from the games that like most of the stuff like Scratch and Grounder are in the games.
Yeah.
Like they're just regular badniks, but they're in the games. Like people have said ALSTH is basically just drugged up Sonic to the end.
But it's funny because like they're like those enemies are like inconspicuous, so you don't see them. But now, because they made them characters, people know those. Like, if I was playing Sonic and I saw the Grounder robot, I would think, oh look, it's Grounder from fucking,
And then
Adventures.
you see like multiple Grounder, multiple Scratches, and it's like,
hey, it's Grounder. Hey, it's Grounder. It's Scratch. Like, it's kind of like how this is kind of a dumb way of it. Do you watch the like? Do you know about like the Super Mario glitchy G4 show?
The G4 show?
Super Mario fucking glitchy. I don't know. It's like the Gmod. Mario's an idiot and he likes pasta. I don't know.
Oh, like
SMG4, yeah. And they have a character where it's literally just like one of the enemies. It's like one of the characters that like throws spikes out of its mouth. And they call that character.
Spike,
yeah, and they call that character Fishy Boopkins. And because I'm an idiot grown man that watches that, because I'm a dumbass that watches that, I will see that character like in the games, and I'll be like, oh look, it's Fishy Boopkins. Like it's that kind of effect. Like you make it enemy.
Oh, and there he is again. And there he is again. I just killed him.
No, but you like
him on screen at once.
The enemy is innocuous, but once you make that enemy a character in a different thing, people know him for that character, kind of thing. I guess.
Yeah.
Especially if it's an obscure. It's not like it's the Buzz Bomber. It's not like it's the Ladybug you see. It's like you.
Yeah,
probably
it's not
people
the
haven't
bug.
even,
It's not.
Yeah, people haven't even gotten to that far in the game. I haven't.
Well, I mean, like Scratch and Grounder are late game enemies too. Like
Exactly.
you don't start. Well, I mean, Grounder you see in the third level, in the third zone, but Chemical Point's like so known to like keep newbies from like drowning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because there's like an infamous section in Chemical Point that's like, oh hey,
Yeah, I didn't
figure
get
out
past.
how the underwater controls work.
Yeah, or die, and I chose to die.
Or die. Yeah, and you chose to die, and Scratch is literally in the last like proper level of the game.
Hmm. Is he a boss? Is he even a boss, or is he also like just a mook?
No, he's not a boss. He's just a mook. You don't see him like on foot. He's like inside of like a cockpit, like shooting at you.
Yeah, of course he is.
Like with the turret. And like in America, they call him Scratch.
Yeah, because he's a chicken.
Yeah, in Japan they call him Clucker.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Listen here, you mother clucker.
You cluck. Fuck.
Yeah.
Chuckle fuck. I'm gonna fucking suck you if you don't get the fuck out of my office.
Yeah.
I love that. I will quote that creepypasta till the damn day.
What was the name of that? What was that creepypasta called?
The lost episode of Sonic the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
I meant to say before we got like a little sidetracked, like just I remember seeing the episode where it's like Dr. Robotnik's crazy twin brother who's trapped in another dimension, and they've got a bunch of like fish swimming around in the air, and it took me a minute to be like, wait a minute, this is their like rendition of those bonus levels that Sonic goes through.
Yeah,
where, like
the
there's a
special
bunch of
stages.
fish, and it's and then like. Him and Robotnik are having fights. They're literally taking fish out of the air and slapping each other with them. And that's just how crazy that fucking show was. Is like,
but it's like you're never bored watching it though. It's not like Sonic. It's not like initial. Like Tamers is great, but like initial Sonic Underground was fucking boring. But like you're never bored watching AOSTH because they just find something. Just fucking like you think you've seen it all and just fucking bonkers.
I know this is a bit sacrilegious because of the meme or whatever, the Tamers, but Sonic Underground really is the worst version of those shows.
It's horrible. Like without Tamers, Underground would be nigh on it.
Because it's just generic. Like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't want to say it's good, but it's so stupid it's entertaining. Sat AM actually has like an interesting plot. It's got like stakes. But Sonic Underground, it's not weird. It's not competent enough. It's just
it's boring. Weird, but it's not like a fun kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's not like AOSTH weird, where it's like endearingly like bizarre.
I started watching. I think I found a playlist for. There's this show called The Twisted Tales of Felix the Cat, and I'm pretty sure those are the same people that worked on Adventures.
Yeah, Deke, I would assume.
I don't even know if it's Deke. I think because like it was Deke Entertainment, but I think there was a very specific like animator. Or like a very specific person that worked on that.
That was like into it, yeah.
Yeah, because it really was like it did have like a very rubber hose kind of feeling. It was like an even weirder rubber hose.
Well, a fun fact about AOSTH specifically, most of that show is animated in Korea.
Oh yeah, well I think a lot of shows are animated.
Like ACOM. Right? Yeah, but back in those days, it was like they made the pilot and a few of the episodes in America, and they literally outsourced the rest to Korea. Like that's how like tight that schedule was. But I don't know, it kind of created like the weird like silliness of the show, that it's like it has like kind of not the best Korean animation. I'll tell you that much. It doesn't do that culture any favors.
No,
it's very it is cool. It is
compared to everything else that Dick did. Like there was a stiffness. But like that show was so. I loved this. Funny thing. Like I remember when I was a kid.
Well, the Mario 3 cartoon was more stiff. Actually, the Super Show was fairly decently animated for the most part.
I was kind of a brat.
With a few exceptions.
I was kind of a brat when I was a kid because I remember going to GameStop, and we weren't supposed to buy anything. We were just there, or maybe we did buy something. But like I looked through the DVD rack and I saw the Super Show, and I was like, oh my god, they made a cartoon! They made a Mario cartoon! I can't believe it! Mom, can I get this? And she's like, no, we're not getting this. And the dude who was running the store, one of the employees, kind of jumped in and was like, look, man, I'm gonna level with you. You do not want to watch this cartoon. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the games. There's like different worlds. It's like weird. Like movie parodies, you don't want to. And as a kid, I was like, no, there's no reason why I would not want a Mario thing. I'm gonna watch the Mario thing. But he was right.
I mean,
he was
I love the Super Show.
he was right though. In retrospect,
I mean, yeah, it has very little to do with the games, but I don't know. I think it's.
Yeah. The Super Show, I will do, because the thing is, like, the movie has nothing to do. The '80s movie has nothing to do with the games.
Yeah,
but
the
that's
'80s movie is just like.
No, but that's what I'm saying is that's a great movie. You know, in and of itself, it's really entertaining.
I appreciate the nuttiness of that movie. I appreciate like the audacity of the movie.
But with the Super Show though, like it's takes liberties, but it's not good. I think. I don't think it's good.
No, I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's very funny. The voice talent's great.
I don't know. It's all pasta jokes.
Like like funny and like it's not like funny in the way that genuine comedian. But it's it's kind of like in that AOSDH way where it's like it's so absurd. Yeah. It's good to me.
I mean, I guess it was kind of responsible. That was the first time they showed Luigi as like a coward, or one of.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, the Super Show had a lot of influence on.
I don't know why. I still don't like it, but I will say I think some of the live action shorts, as weird as they were kind of funny. And you have a little piece of spaghetti on your overalls. Oh, fuck you!
Yeah,
Luigi.
it was like Danny Wells and Danny Wells and fucking Bono.
Yeah.
Like in Mario and Luigi. You know, one day it's gonna be there's gonna be a video of you, Goodly Draws, and it's just gonna be us in costume.
Oh no.
And it's just gonna be basically just me in real life.
It's gonna be
you with like the gesture, and it's like.
It's gonna be the fucking.
Like, you got it.
The Vine Sauce meme or the Jabroni Mike meme where it's just take one step and fuck your ass. Swing your tits from side to side. Let's come on, everybody.
I am God.
And then again, up your ass. Yeah, I'd like
we
to
just
do
like
that.
get like random like C-list celebrities.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just randomly live in an apartment together in Brooklyn. Or
no,
it's in New Jersey. We live in like a condo in New Jersey.
No, I'm just imagining it's a meetup. It's like we meet each other in real life for the first time and we do that and film it. Like, you're completely, like, it's to the point, like, it's so long from now, you've got, like, kids, and you're like, these are my kids, Goodly Draws, this is my, you know, and I've been promoted to my job, I'm head of the whatever the fuck you're doing at that point, and we have dinner together, we have a nice adult conversation, but then we get out our fucking Mario costumes, it's like, alright, let's shoot this thing. Swing your dick from side to side, fuck you in the ass, it's Mario time.
Yeah, kind of like that. That's exactly how it goes.
Now, kids, this is a very important friend of the family. This is Goodly Draws. He got you through college. He got you kids through college, working the street.
Yeah, he got you kids through college.
Yeah. Swing your ass, and then your ass.
Now, the Mario 3 cartoon was actually pretty baller.
I didn't see any of the Mario 3. I only know a lot of these through, like, I sat down and watched the Super Show because I had the DVD, but I only know the Mario 3 stuff from, like, YouTube poops. I do know there was a very infamous episode. Oh, sorry.
I mean, no. I feel like, you know, if we were to ever watch the series, I gotta show Spears Mega.
Okay.
Because that show never gets DMCA'd.
Yeah. Yeah. I know there's an episode in the Mario show where fucking, like, Wendy Koopa, like, kidnaps the president of the United States. Like, she wants the White House or something.
Yes, Bill Clinton, literally, and, like, literally Mark the Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Then there's an episode
of
Reagan.
Was it still Reagan? I think it was still Reagan. Yeah, no, it was still Reagan.
Yeah. They can keep Reagan.
Because there was one where literally Reagan was in it. Like, it was like first term Reagan, I think.
Now, Mr. Super Mario, I don't know if you know about the AIDS epidemic, but it's a plague brought by God. Yeah. Let's talk about the war on. Let's talk about your mushrooms, Mario. Let's talk about those. That's a hack bit. I was gonna do a bit where Ronald Reagan essentially tells Mario that AIDS is sent by God to punish gay people. Because that's what he believed.
Yeah,
Like, did he
basically.
believe that? Yeah.
That sounds about right for Reagan.
I don't agree with that. But yeah. And there was an episode about like races. There was like a racism allegory where like there were red toads and
Except
blue toads.
mushrooms. It turned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Mario 3. That was
Yeah.
It was
Do
like
you
the
think-
when he like looks at
Yeah,
like
looks at the
he has this
camera.
very unsettling look at the camera at the end of the episode. He's like, yeah, maybe once do you think it's
No.
like Luigi says, right?
Do
That,
you
like,
think
do you
that
think
we'll...
hey Mario, do you think they'll ever learn this lesson in the real world? He's like, Mario's like, yeah, when they get as smart as mushrooms. Then he just like looks angrily at the camera.
No, he gets like he laughs. He's like, well, we're never gonna get rid of racism, Luigi. That's too ingrained in people.
Yeah, that's literally what he said.
They just do
That
it.
bullshit.
You know what, Luigi? Racism is very different in the real world. Okay, mushrooms are different. People they need racism to get along. That's not true, Mario. You shouldn't be saying things like that.
It's in the Vinny one. It's like there's no black in a rainbow.
Yeah, which is
And
funny
then, like,
because
looks at the camera still menacing.
it's funny because they did put black in that rainbow. Take that, old Vine Sauce shitpost from like 2010.
Take
2000.
that.
Yeah. Take
How
that.
dare you not be able to predict the future?
Yeah.
See, Star is right. That's a depressing more.
It's depressing. It's true. Is it really true though? It's kind of true. It's not good.
Yeah, it's oddly like. It's like, yeah, let's just tell that to kids. It's like there will never be a cure for racism.
'Cause
Also,
I feel
cool
like
skeleton fish.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that thing's racist. I mean, I feel like I think racism is treated a little differently in kids shows now, but like they definitely back then had a lot of like ham-fisted racism like allegories. Like this is the episode where a character is shunned for being different. And they go, actually, that's bad. That's bad to do that. That's bad not to like somebody
Captain
so openly.
Planet comes in.
Yeah. But then Mario was they almost kind of unintentionally satirized it of like, hey, this is much more complicated than we're making it out to be, and I really don't think this problem's gonna go away anytime
Yeah, it's like
soon.
a little wink at the camera.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna just sing hands and we're not gonna fucking hold hands and sing Kumbaya because of the historical injustices that have been done. People are too fucking
That's
unpredictable.
very-
It is depressing, yeah. It's true. I'm not saying we
You know,
can't
Sonic said never say never, but Mario's like, nah.
Mario's a realist. Mario's like, let me
Why
sit
Sonic's
down.
better than Mario?
Listen, Sonic. Let me tell you
Sonic.
Let me tell you something about sunk cost fallacy. Let me teach you about fuck, I don't know. Listen, Sonic.
Now Sonic had those baller
That's-
PSAs though, like just
Yeah.
straight up had like some kid goes into the washing machine.
Yeah.
He's gonna teach me how to snuff like gasoline out of my eyeballs.
Yeah, if you think it's a good idea to crawl into a washing machine, you're really all wet.
Then you're
Sonic, I don't think anybody wanted to. I don't think that was ever an issue.
apparently like 8 kids like a year would die from that back in the
And
60s.
that is horrible. Because now,
I'm like, is that enough to make a PSA though?
because if Sonic was if that was like back in 2020, if Sonic was making PSAs, he would be making PSAs about like, kids, don't eat Tide Pods. Tide Pods aren't good for you. They're not candy. Also, if you see a toilet, don't steal a toilet. Don't steal your school toilet. You're not gonna have a place to shit.
Yeah, that happened back in 20.
Yeah,
Be
devious
careful,
licks.
Murder hornets, kids.
Yeah, be careful of the murder hornets. Yeah.
Make sure to stay in your pod and eat the bugs, kids.
Somebody made a fan
kinda like that.
PSA. They made like a mask, like a pro mask PSA out of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. It was kind of interesting. You know, it was good at spoofing the style. I guess.
That's creative.
Yeah. I don't know whether it was. I forget whether it was Project SNT or it was another person. I want to credit them because that was
I know
funny.
it was a ship host. I think it was a ship host.
Yeah. And then people kept giving it. People were nitpicking it a little bit because they were like, Tails clearly had his like nose outside of the mask, but that's kind of just how
it's like
the
it's
character
meant to be.
design.
It's meant to be a gag.
Yeah, that's the character. You know, you don't want to have the nose. He's not recognizable without the little snoot, the little snout.
Snoot.
Yeah. I hate that word, snoot. I hate it when people go, I'm going to poop the snoot, I'm going to snoot the poop. Shut up. Stop being cutesy.
It's like, shut up.
Be an adult.
People that say ooh woo,
Yeah.
you know, should be fucking strung up by their gills and forced to breathe air.
As famous character Garfield... I was about to say Garfield the Hedgehog. As famous
Mr.
character...
Krabs?
As famous character Garfield once said, people who say things like ooh unironically need to be drug out onto the street and shot. This is the thing, is you can't really... can you
My
still...
version's much less violent.
Yeah, no. My version... Well, he did say that in the show, which is very funny.
No, he did. He straight up said it in the 80s, yeah.
I like that. I like comedic... I like the, like... It's very funny to hear people just say shit like that. I don't know if that's controversial now, or people are gonna actually get mad. He's that's a death threat. He's saying death threats on his show. I don't care. But it's very funny to,
well,
like,
we're
when
talking about, we're quoting somebody else.
No, but I think it's funny to, like, do... Like, I think there was a big... I was talking to you about this. There was, like, a George Carlin. There are a lot of George Carlin bits where he's just talking about, here are some of the people I don't like. Here's what I would like to happen to them. A bomb. A bomb explodes in their house. You know?
A pipe bomb in their fucking mailbox.
It's funny. It's funny to just hear somebody describe... It's like listening to somebody in the car get cut off. They're like, you motherfucker, I'm going to take your arms off and I'm going to take your ears off. Like Mr. Potato Head, I'm going to put them on.
Well, Star's asking me why I say mean things
Why do I think she's saying, why do I say mean things? Oh.
No, she's saying to me specifically.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I don't know, I just say whatever.
Star doesn't go ooh woo. Star never said ooh woo in our life. Except right now.
I've never said it.
Yeah. I've said it, ooh.
I refuse to humor it.
Yeah. Ooh woo, I don't like when people say ooh woo, ooh woo. Oh whoa.
I hate the people that say that particular version specifically.
Sniffs your bulgy wolgy. Ooh woo, you so musty. What a what a musty husky. Isn't this great? Isn't this a great program?
Husky.
This is a great program, Kuko Chad. You could just come on here and get sexually harassed by the host.
Yeah, that sounds about.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, out of all the hosts I've ever worked with, this is the most courteous.
Yeah, the most delightful. Yeah. Sometimes you can't expect to grab a bunch of your friends and just makeshift something out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Especially if they're friends that you just met, like, very recently, and the only reason you're friends is because you like a certain person.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because from the ashes, a phoenix rises. And his name is...
Yeah, Phoenix Rises.
Yeah. And his name is Goodly Draws. And Kuko Chad.
His name is Goodly Draws.
Yeah. I'm like a vulture, you know?
How fucked up of a lifespan does a phoenix have to be? Because they are miserable right before they reincarnate.
They are?
Like they turn into like a naked chicken basically. Like that, and then they come back as like a, and then they just burn up in ashes. It's like, do they feel that?
They're begging for death at that point. They probably have like a...
Yeah, they're refreshed, yeah.
I mean, they're magic, but if I was gonna make like a more like realistic version, I would say they have like a something in their body that lets them ignite, and they just explode.
Yeah, it's like a kill switch. It's like a pipe bomb inside of them.
It's like when a dolphin is kept in captivity and it gets really depressed, so it just like goes underwater and stops. Like it stops coming up for air and drowns itself.
That's very depressing.
It's really depressing. This is a very depressing stream. Welcome to the Goodly Draws stream. Are you feeling happy and good about yourself? Well, we're here to make you a little bit more realistic. We're here to give you a more realistic
yeah, we're here to tell you about the Mario PSA.
This is really a sobering stream of Egg Mania. Egg Mania is a thinking man's game.
Egg Mania, where we discuss the futility of life.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. It's pretty nihilistic. It's pretty nihilism of you, bro.
It's pretty nihilistic. You gotta have a high IQ to watch Good Week streams.
Yeah.
You just don't get it, bro.
Yeah. I think that Friedrich Nietzsche is okay. Friedrich Nietzsche, he really found his niche. Oh, what did you say there?
8 years for just to get a hold of my iPod. What an asshole!
You finally got an iPod. I remember, Kuko. I remember you would go to me, you would come to me, and you would say, "I hate Goodly Draws. I hate my life, and I want to die. I ain't got no iPhone."
I mean, I have an iPhone.
You said, "My heart is breaking. My heart is breaking. I'm thinking about suicide. I ain't got no iPhone." And then you kept talking about your contract and how you were stuck on Verizon. You didn't want to be on Verizon.
I've never had Verizon.
No, you don't get what I'm doing. This is a joke for all the Flipnote Hatena kids.
Oh.
Which, you know.
Oh, I
there
think
are like
I know
six.
The song you're talking about.
There are like 6 people in here, so I don't know anyone. There's 3 people in here. Nobody knows what I'm fucking talking about.
Well, it's like they'll spike randomly. It depends on what we talk about.
Yeah. It's like let's take another like tune in to Goodly and Kuko. What are they talking about? Oh, racism. The 2 of them are tackling the topic of racism. Well, let's.
Our views spike up when we talk about racism.
Let's have a conversation about the civil rights and the civil rights movement and the work that needs to be done, the progress that needs to be done. Let's talk about Rosa Parks.
Let's talk about Martin Luther King Jr. and how he was shot by the FBI.
Yeah, that's true. He was shot by the FBI.
Basically,
he was so nice. He was so nice to everybody. But
oh, it's like Jesus, right? It's like he only ever wanted people, and then you go nail him to dick.
Like a lot of people have talked about that. I think Patrice O'Neill talked about, a comedian. He was like, once I start talking about peace and love is the moment I start getting shot. So I'm going to talk about women and how I don't like them. And Asian people and how they're, fucking robotic. He talked about a lot of weird shit. I like Patrice O'Neill. He was very funny and very smart. Some of the shit he said though was really fucked up.
Well, I think it's meant to be kind of fucked up to get a reaction out of it.
No, but I think him specifically, like, he talked a lot about, like, just being honest. So he would say the fucked up thoughts in his head. But some of the fucked up thoughts, I'm like, man, he's saying what we're all thinking. But other fucked up thoughts, I'm like, man, I don't agree with that. But he's still funny.
It's still funny, though. But to me, it's like you can make anything. Just tell it the joke, right?
Yeah. Tell a joke, goddammit. You know what? I came up with a joke a few days ago. Why did the blind sailors not want to... Why did the blind crew of sailors not want to be in the desert? Why did they leave the desert? Because there was nothing to see there.
It's beyond...
There was nothing to see there.
That's clever. That's clever wordplay.
No,
because it's sea, because it's also water, and it's because it's eyes, it can't see. Oh, get it.
Now you may be thinking, oh, Goodly Draws, that's a bit corny. That's a corny joke. Well, okay, I'll give you some topical humor. Did you hear what happened to? Did you hear what happened to Chugga Conroy? Now I'm not saying I believe the allegations. I'm not saying whether or not the allegations are real. But all I'm saying is I think he may have got off on the wrong foot.
No way.
It's a little play on words. Funny play on words.
No way.
Fucking home run. Fucking home run.
Oh, it seems like he addressed the allegation.
Oh,
It
okay.
seems like it like died right
Oh.
after that, and now
Oh,
he's back
no.
to posting about Pokemon.
Oh, good, good, good. I'm
Okay,
not
so
saying
it seems like it wasn't a big deal. It's like everybody knows that Chuck
Yeah.
is probably not.
No.
Because
But
I'm like, there's
everyone-
no way. It's like I've
Yeah.
seen Chuck Conroy for so many years. It's like you kind of understand him, even though you don't know
Yeah.
him personally. You kind of understand what he's about through like
Yeah.
vlogs and stuff.
I would
like,
hate for
in
him to
real
be a
life doing
weird.
stuff.
I would hate for him to like be harassing people. I would.
No, if he asks for feet pics, then that's whatever. I think it's
Yeah.
just somebody trying to get clout on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's Twitter people.
I don't know. Yeah. But it
It
is.
literally just seems like Chuck Conroy, whatever. I'm just gonna keep trucking along.
It is a very funny story that he did. Like that kind of shit isn't funny. The fact that it's feet pics though, it makes it kind of like more odd.
Yeah, it makes it fun.
Yeah.
It's like to me, an innocent guy is like somebody that's just kind of trucking along. It's like no,
Yeah.
it didn't go down like that.
Chugga is
whatever.
Chugga's a guy from a particular era of like Let's Plays where you didn't have to be Game Grumps, you didn't have to be great at the game, you just had to like, you literally, I mean it's literally what we're doing, we're just talking about your day.
Well, no, Chuck Conroy's actually decent about the game.
Yeah, but it's like his commentary was just sort of like, you know, he'd tell you about the game and then he'd just talk about his life. And he'd make some jokes, but none of them were that funny. But like he had a charm to it.
I thought some of his stuff was like it's like kind of like funny and kind of not like in a corny way, but like funny and like a friend telling you like kind of like
I guess
just
so,
kind of
yeah.
a corny joke.
Yeah. He has a way when
Like
he's
it's
saying
something that you would find.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
Like
I'm kind
something
of
that, like you as like his friend would find funny. Is what I'm.
I
trying to
guess
say.
so. He has a way of speaking when he's trying to be funny though that's kind of like, it doesn't make me feel, it doesn't give me a funny
Like he's
feeling.
clear, like he's trying to tell you that
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
almost-
hey, this is the part where
Yeah.
it's like Seinfeld. It's like Seinfeld.
I hesitate to say the word cringe because I like the dude. I feel like sometimes what I'm saying is I think I like him in spite of that. You know?
Yeah.
Which I don't know. You like him wholeheartedly. I like it. He's from a nostalgic era. I enjoy Steve the Pikmin. You know, I enjoy that meme.
Yeah, Steve the Pig.
Steve the Pikmin.
That's still probably like. I gotta show you a classic Let's Play of Pikmin that I'm not sure if you've seen.
I haven't seen all the Let's Plays.
The Lightning Spirit 78 had like a like this was like right after Chuck Conroy Let's Play.
Yeah. Let's see what Star. Star's the only one in the chat right now. Did Star say anything wonderful? A wonderful Star in speculation.
No, it's just about footnote Hitana.
Oh. Let me see. Honestly, how is that song? What do you mean, how is that song not banned? It was a great song. I love it. It was the shy guy. It was like the sad shy guy in the flip note. It was great. Then they had a parody one where it was about false reporting. Because I don't know if you were a part of Flipnote, Mr. Kuko, but they had this rating system where you would get stars, and you would get certain stars, like some stars were more rare, and if you reported if you reported a Flipnote that broke the rules, you would get a certain like star. I don't know if it was like a purple star or something. So people would just false report like accounts for no fucking reason, and people hated those guys.
Yeah.
You still there, you crazy guy? That song's talked about suicide on a kids app. Well, Star, it was a different
Yeah,
time.
it's a little strange.
It was a time when people didn't like. Here's the thing. Okay, it's a kids app, but Flash back then, even if it wasn't officially a kids app, all the creators were teenagers. You would go into Flash. You would go into like fucking Newgrounds, right? As a 16-year-old, as a 12-year-old, you would watch Hitler penis explosion hell, and you would go on with your day. And now we have a bunch of people growing up after that and looking at the internet and being like, oh my god, that's so strange. And like, I get it, I get like wanting to be a little bit more responsible, but sometimes like it doubles back around and you become too responsible. It's like you look at the hippie movement, right? A lot of dumb teenagers doing drugs, having sex, like thinking that they were gonna change the world with that shit. But then they grew up and they got strung out, and then they just became like boring ass Republicans who like passed bills against like making weed legal. They made like illegal. They did a bunch of like weird, like, I don't know, abstinence laws because they were burnt out from that era, but they overcorrected. And I think on the internet right now, what I'm seeing is a lot of overcorrection.
It's overcorrection because it's like the edgy area.
And the problem is
like
you can
PC area.
Yeah, you can overcorrect as much as you want, but that's still sometimes you can completely overcorrect and the problem is still there. So I don't know why. I probably shouldn't just be, like, getting into this long-ass diatribe because of one comment about suicide being fucked up on a kid's head, but I got a knee-jerk response to things like that, I guess.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, that's humanity in general, right?
It's like I know there was, like, a thing, like, I like Doobas Goobas, but I think he said something. There was, like, an animation of, like, Justin Bieber and the woman who sang the Friday song. It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. And everybody hated her. And everybody hated Justin Bieber. And they made like a death battle where these two kids killed them, like, were killing each other, like a battle royale. And he was like, man, isn't it fucked up that we just had two kids, like, murdering each other? And my response to that was like, people were more honest back then because we still hate celebrities as much as we do now. We just wait for them to fuck up in a moral... Like, we just wait for them to fuck up so that we can act morally superior and then justify our hatred. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like how it seems like... I don't know if the allegations... Like, I haven't looked into the Dream allegations. They keep coming up like he's a groomer or whatever. But it just feels like whatever happens to... And I don't like Dream, but it feels like whatever happens to Dream, if it happened to anybody else, people would say something about it. People would say, well, that's fucked up. But if it's Dream, they're like, oh, well, you know, it's him. Like the fact that he did a face review. I don't know. I don't want to defend him necessarily because I know there are like things out about him, but I don't know. The fact that like he got called the F slur.
Well, apparently some of them had been disproven by like what some people have told me.
No.
I don't know. I don't keep up with the Dream. I know the funny stuff that it's like Gumball's voice actor.
Gumball called him the
like,
fucking F slur.
It was just funny.
It's very funny, but like if that was anybody else, the Gumball actor would be in so much trouble. But people look at Dream and they're like, oh yeah, no, yeah, I agree. He is one of those. It's funny. I feel like this is getting bleaker. I'm sorry. I feel like the conversation's getting bleaker and bleaker as we go along.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah. It's getting later into the night.
I think it might be time to start wrapping things up soon.
I guess so, yeah. I think like 12:30, you think? Or maybe like...
Probably say like 12, I guess like 12:20 your time, probably.
Yeah, alright, yeah. Maybe this one last round. It was good having you on, man. You know, it was fun. We definitely gotta do this again. You know? Let me know when you want to do the Mega Man, the blind playthrough.
I mean, that'll be whenever you decide, when you're in the mood to do it.
Okay. But you want there to be some, like, distance between, you know, this stream and that one.
Yeah, this and then the next one.
The next one I might have Helm on if you'll, you know, have me. I mean, if
yeah, I think it's gonna be an art stream.
Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be an art. Eventually there's gonna be an art stream. But I don't know if every time Helm's on there needs to be like an art stream. It's just like having some, like I feel like because like the first two I did it solo because I wanted to like prove I can hold my own. But then like, you know, the next couple of ones, like I want to have like a guest on for most of them. Maybe I could have like a couple more solo, I guess. You know, have some solo ones. I guess everybody does that.
Yeah, everybody has solo ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't ask you. More like downer drawings.
Oh.
Yeah. It says star and speculation. That's not very nice, star. Well, I don't know. You want to call it around here? You want to? Oh, shit. I keep forgetting.
Downer.
Yeah.
God damn, that's a burn. You're in a burn clinic now. You're done.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
Star
Goodley's gonna get canceled on Twitter.
Star is savage. She's what's that song? I'm bad, booty, savage. I'm something else. And
I've heard
fierce.
this. I've heard the song before.
Yeah. Whatever. Star is a bad bitch. Anyway, and by that I mean she's bad.
Not in that
bitch.
way.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you wanna
She's
correct your word.
She's a not nice lady of the evening. Yeah, so
Not
that was
nice.
the stream. Kuko, do you have anything, any last words, anything to plug? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, was I showing the fucking Discord? No. You have anything you want to say to the audience? Any last words?
I hope you enjoy. I hope, you had a nice time listening to us ramble on
Yeah.
the better part of about, actually over 3 hours.
Oh yeah, these streams climbed for a long time. Oh jeez, I was just yawning.
I never heard you yawn before.
Jeez, it's a bit late.
But I hope you enjoyed. If you like my YouTube channel, you know where to find it.
Subscribe to Kuko's YouTube channel. He does speed runs. He does commentaries. He's a good bloke, you know.
Goodway's gonna show up for at least a few of these episodes here.
Eventually, yeah.
Well, when I get stuff recorded. I mean, the next playthrough, Sonic Advance.
Yeah.
Stuff's going all right. The freeze kind of put some delays on the plans initially, but
yeah. Well, I'm glad to see, because the last time there was a freeze, that was a whole big to-do. I'm glad you're still, kicking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like that for a couple of days, and I wasn't confident about recording stuff when power could very easily go out.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't want to play Tittle Fucks.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you guys next time, either Friday or Thursday. Probably going to be earlier.
Of next week.
Yeah. I don't know if I should be doing it in all these different dates and all these different times. Apparently, with streaming, you have to be consistent. Is a good way to do it. But I'll get into the swing of things eventually. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you're doing it once a week.
Yeah. To everybody who showed up, thank you very much for your time, your precious time. I'll see you. Catch you on the filthy old flip side.